Roland Garros was a dream.
Physically and mentally, the toughest tournament.
Le son des glissades, le bruit de la balle.
Une victoire épique.
C'est fait! You're in the history books now.
There is a race none can win. No matter your skill or execution.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
No matter how hard you try. But if instead of looking to win, you approach it differently. If you control everything you can, while accepting anything you can't. If you disregard any and all opposition, focusing solely on your own way. If, whenever you need to, you don't hesitate to restart the clock. And leave to others the counting of its seconds. You may come to realize that, actually, it never was a race to begin with. And if it isn't a race, then you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. The Cosmograph Daytona.
Yo, what's up, Original OC, with you on the OC channel. It is Wednesday the 28th of May, 2025. And we got a hell of a show for you today. We've got an incredible Lange horror story that we will be sharing. An unbelievable story, an absolute nightmare involving the Lange team. And we have all the details coming up in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you are just tuning in, do me a favor and drop in a comment into the chat. What I'll do is I'll turn on boom, the show chats. So you can see the chats on the big screen. Quick reminder that if you are a member, please use your member milestone chats. Please use your free member milestone chats. If you don't have a star next to your name, I will drop the link to the memberships. Boom. Let's see what we got in the chat. We have Vimal, who is first. Vimal is a member. Thank you for being a member, Vimal. Sorry, Logan. Snooze and lose. That's right. Logan is nowhere to be found. But you know who is here? Johnny O. Johnny O from Chicago Land in the house in the spirit of the French Open. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, bonjour, or whatever. All those French terms. Having a pretty shocking Lange horror story to share with you guys, courtesy of King Flum and the Screw Down Crown podcast. I guess you could call them the Screw Down Crown podcast. But man, the brands need some help. They definitely need some help, because this is a horror story beyond belief. So I'm luckily I'm going to jump into it. I'm just going to jump into it, guys. If you jump in late, back up the stream and start from the beginning. Here we go. Courtesy of King Flum on Instagram and the Screw Down Crown podcast. Check this out. All right. I'm just going to read along. You can follow along if you want. If you're just listening in the car or listening while you're doing some other stuff, you're going to really, this is going to make your blood boil. This story is going to make your blood boil. Here we go. This story comes from a Lange superfan who goes by Andreas on the forum. This guy had, at the time of his original post, bought 43 Lange watches since 2005. He's also got microscopes specifically for photographing movements. He attends every Munich time event, so this is obviously a collector in Germany, and even visited Walter Lange at his family home. Wow, he has so let's get this straight. He started purchasing Lange watches in 2005. Okay, and purchased 43 Langes. Okay, so this is a mega collector, absolute mega collector. He speaks in his post about how people at watch fairs literally thought he worked for the brand because they didn't think any regular person could talk about Lange with such knowledge and passion. Wow. So this guy is a massive watch enthusiast, massive Lange collector, fantastic ambassador for the brand, and even visited Walter Lange at his family home. Jeez. You're going to be shocked, absolutely shocked when you hear what happens next. Buckley, member of the OC channels in the chat. Haha, 43 Lange. Yeah, he has 43 of them. And wait till you hear how he was treated. The story continues. Well, guess how Lange rewards this man's dedication. Well, they don't. You can read the post linked in above. It's in German, which will require translation, but courtesy of screwdowncrown.com, I'm going to drop the link to screwdowncrown.com in the chat. They will cover the key details here. All right, get ready for this, guys. When Andreas ordered the Steel Odysseus in 2019, he was told it was boutique only. Fair enough, he thought. Brands do this. So he waited 2.5 years. 2.5 years. This is a guy who bought 43 Langes. Okay? The boutique made him wait 2.5 years for that piece after ordering from the boutique. And he got his watch. He got it. But while he was waiting for it, the games began. Shit. This is a mega collector, a huge ambassador for the brand. And let's see what happened. First, he was invited to buy a second Zeitwerk Lumen But because it was boutique only, his AD wasn't able to sell it to him, just to inform him about the allocation coming soon. By the time it had arrived at the boutique for him, the price had jumped from 114,000 euros to 150,000 euros. So the price jumped from 114,000 euros to 150,000 euros, just because he makes a good point that raising prices like this on limited edition pieces is preposterous, especially because these limited editions are usually delivered over the course of 2 to 3 years from the release date. And this isn't a small inflationary adjustment, it's over 30%. Then came the Odysseus in titanium. Okay. Now, at this time, they hint that buying another watch would, quote, certainly have a very positive effect on his chances of getting the Odysseus. So he orders a Richard Lange. This is a guy who already has 43 Langes, guys. This is someone who already has 43 Langes. So he orders a Richard Lange in white gold and immediately pays a 30% deposit. Okay, 30% deposit. Ignore the fact that Lange is bundling at this point. Okay, he's paying a 30% deposit for a Richard Lange because he's being told, hey, this will have a positive effect on your getting Odysseus. What about the 43 other watches I bought? Eventually, he gets told his Richard Lange is ready to collect, but not his Odysseus. So he asks about further price increases, and they tell him he'd have to pay whatever the new price is whenever it arrives. Wow. Marcelo Times in the chat. What's up, Marcelo? Got Dear Artifact, member of the OC channel here. He says, something is seriously wrong here. An extremely brand loyal customer like this should not be treated this way. I agree 100%. 100%, Dear Artifact. And we got Captain, also a member of the OC channel. Richard Lange model line is not talked about enough, in my opinion. Thank you, Captain. He owns 43 Langes, so he's certifiably insane. Well, he is German. We've established that he's from Munich, so he is definitely certifiably insane. Okay, so he has to pay a 30% deposit for the Richard Lange, and his Odysseus is still not anywhere to be found. When he offers to pay for both watches in full immediately, just to lock in the current prices, Lange refuses. Their reasoning was that it would be, quote, preferential treatment because other customers might have to pay higher prices later. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Screwdowncrown.com editorializes here. I'm sorry, what? The stupidity here is Olympic level. Well, here comes the fireworks. As it happens, after Andreas posted this story in watch forums and canceled both orders, that's right, he canceled both orders to say, fuck you guys, I don't appreciate being treated this way. Wilhelm Schmidt, CEO of Lange, personally called him to smooth things over. Suddenly, the price guarantees were possible, and the Odysseus was magically ready to collect immediately. All it took was some public shaming and the threat of permanently losing one of their most devoted collectors. The intervention worked. Andreas got his titanium Odysseus at the original price, and they celebrated his new watch alert for 3 hours with appetizers. Happy ending, right? Screw Down Crown says, wrong. This story captures everything wrong with how luxury brands operate today. If someone who bought 43 watches and is known by name at headquarters gets treated this badly, what chance do regular people have? And Screw Down Crown continues with their editorial here. To be clear, there are these specific red flags. Forced bundling, okay? Listen, you should buy this in order to get Y. Arbitrary price increases after the orders are placed, which is total bullshit. The moving goalposts on availability, we all know about that. Despite promises, that's right, when you're bundling, zero transparency in the allocation, absolutely zero visibility in terms of when you're gonna get your watch, and improved treatment only after public shaming. The saddest part about this story, Screw Down Crown continues, is how Andreas still loves Lange watches. I mean, fair play to him for his deep love of the brand and their watches. Even after all this, he was already planning to buy 2 more complications from his dealer. He frames it as the watches can't help it that the company treats customers poorly. It's not the watch's fault. The watches are incredible. I need to keep buying the watches even though I'm treated like shit. He's right, Screw Down Crown says. But the sad thing is, him returning to them is exactly why brands like Lange still continue these ridiculous practices. Their watches are exceptional. The finishing, the movements, the design are all world class. But the company culture, the retail experience, the customer treatment, fucked. Andreas also mentions that most buyers at his jeweler have switched to other brands. Another dealer, Ordeal, has apparently lost certain customers who owned over 100 Lange watches, and one is liquidating their entire collection. Great watches, terrible company. It's really that simple. The fact that it took a public forum meltdown and CEO intervention to treat a nearly 20-year-long customer who owns 43 watches fairly tells you everything you need to know. If you're considering your first Lange, ask yourself whether you have any self-respect and whether you have the time or money to play these silly games. The moral of this story is that unless you've got old Wilhelm Schmid on speed dial, you're probably going to need deep pockets and suffer fools gladly. Great, great story here. And again, this story is courtesy of screwdowncrown.com. Let me see if I can drop the link in the chat here. I actually don't, they have a paid newsletter to which I do not subscribe. But they also have like a free blog. So let me just drop the link in the chat here. You can check it out at screwdowncrown.com. Check it out right there. I don't subscribe to their paid offerings, but check out their blog there. This story and many others is on their website. How do you and listen, it's not just Lange, guys. It's the other brands too. Let's not forget about, let me see here. I mean, let's not forget about our favorite our favorite wizarding brand, AP. I mean, you're likely to go through the same things with Audemars Piguet. By the way, if you want to visit the Wizarding World of AP, the World of Wonders exhibition is now on display in Shanghai. Travel to Shanghai now through June 8th. You can visit the Wizarding World of Wonders. Wizarding World of Wonders, in Shanghai. Yeah, look at this. You can. It's like the White House and Harry Potter world all wrapped up into one. Pretty cool. You can meet goblins there. You can meet some goblins, some wizards, all kinds of crazy stuff there. Check it out. It's the Wizarding World of AP. But what do you guys think of that crazy Lange story? Let me know your comments in the chat. Dear Artifact says, you mean the preferential treatment he has earned by being so invested in the brand? Geez, brutal. Yeah, I mean, absolutely horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. To purchase 43 watches to get treated like that. Cloud Ken, member of the OC channel, is in the house. What's up, Cloud Ken? Got BW who unboxed a fantastic watch, member of the OC channel. Check out the video that was posted to this channel yesterday. And thanks, BW, for coming on and doing the unboxing. That was really fun. I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. Got Helgestron in the chat. Love Helgestron's IG. Great photographs there. Logan Hall's grill streams finally made it. Look at this. He finally showed up. 20 minutes late. Might as well be 20. Yeah, you're really, really late, Logan. By the way, Logan is going to be with me in Dubai. That's right, Dubai, November 17th through 20th. Make your book your reservations now. Reach out to me now on Instagram. We'll add you to the Dubai WhatsApp group. Brody is a member of the OC channel. He's here. If you own pieces of any brand over, I think there's supposed to be a number there. I would say 2. If you own more than 2 pieces of any brand, you're a cult member. Seek reprogramming. Okay, 40. Listen, but he really loves Lange. He loves Lange. He's a super fan of Lange that even after 43 watches was told he had to buy other watches in order to get the watch that he wanted. And they kept raising the price even after he locked in his order. It is such bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. By the way, I saw something else that was kind of interesting. I'm not sure if I should pull it up or not. Should I? Let's say, do you guys like the new Patek Philippe 6159? Maybe you guys don't know what that is. Hold on a second. I'll pull it up. I will pull it up so you can recall what this piece looks like. I kind of really like it. Check it out. The Patek Philippe. By the way, I think Patek and Rolex are crushing it. Whether or not you play the 80 games, though, is up to you. The 80 games are harder than ever. Harder than ever, guys. Look at this guy had 43 Langes, and he was still treated like absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Chalk Flew Up, member of the OC channels in the chat. Chalk Flew Up will be in Dubai with us. I saw Rush almost 40 times. That is loyalty. I'm pretty sure I've seen Kiss 40 times. That's a lot of times. Favorite Rush albums. You know, I got to tell you, I love. Here are my 3 favorite Rush albums, and they're not the albums that most people consider Rush's best albums. Okay, like, but I grew up. I didn't grow up with Rush. I mean, well, yeah, Tom Sawyer was huge. Spirit of Radio, blah blah blah. Right. Um, that's what it's called, right? Rush. Um, Spirit of Radio. Yeah. Yeah. So those were big tunes in the 70s, but I grew up with Rush in the 80s. So my 3 favorite albums from Rush are, let me look at the discography here just to make sure. My 3 favorite albums are, believe it or not, Power Windows. Yep. I love Power Windows. I got to tell you, it's my favorite album. And I love Hold Your Fire. Power Windows is 1985. Love that album. I love every song on that album. Well, I love like almost every song on that album. Hold Your Fire. Love Hold Your Fire. And it's either between Presto or Roll the Bones. I think Presto. I've got to go through the tracks on Presto. Yeah, I got to tell you, I like Presto. I do. But I mean, Presto is my favorite. My 2 favorite Rush albums are 100% Hold Your Fire and Power Windows. And if you disagree, let me know in the chat. Type in your favorite Rush albums. Brody says that Gatsby is that Chalk Flew Up is certifiably insane. Yes, he is. Yes, I agree. Chalk Flew Up is certifiably insane. That doesn't mean he wasn't treated unfairly. Both things can be true. Okay. Brody says, I love the 6159. So do I. I gotta tell you, there's someone who did a video about the 6159 and he didn't like it. And it was, I'm kind of concerned about playing it because I don't want to get in trouble. If someone super chats, maybe I'll do it. But I'm not. Even if you super chat, I'm probably not going to do it. I'll get in trouble. It's another YouTuber, and I'll just get in trouble. And you guys don't need that. I don't need to get into any more YouTube feuds. There's plenty of those going on. 123,000 for the 615. Yeah, it's expensive. It is expensive. Gatsby says Power Windows. Thank you. My favorite Rush album, Power Windows. Got Doc Mick in Florida in the chat. What's up, Doc Mick? Got Oliver Boone in the chat. Oliver Boone says, my Zeitwerk. I'm pronouncing it in German, guys. My Zeitwerk. Should I just read the whole comment in German? Nah, just the word. Just the brand, the brand collection. My Zeitwerk just stopped working. Still not sure if I should bring it into Lange Service Center. According to what collectors posted online, lots of horror stories. Oliver Boone, where are you? Are you in Germany or are you in the United States? Let us know. Lange is part of Richemont. Lange is part of Richemont. So I think all of those do they just work on the servicing at the Richemont service facility, or do they send back to Germany for those? Let me know. Logan Hall says Moving Pictures. There you go. Moving Pictures. Moving Pictures is one of the most famous Rush albums because it features, I mean, it has a lot of big hits on it. It has Tom Sawyer. It has Red Barchetta. It has Limelight. And it has YYZ or YYZ if you're in Germany. Yeah, so I mean, Moving Pictures is a great album. Absolutely phenomenal album. I mean, Tom Sawyer is just so incredible. It's beyond iconic at this point. I love Red Barchetta too. Love Red Barchetta. So yeah, good pick. Good pick, Logan. I'm proud of you. Holy crap, there's over 40 people watching. That's awesome. Guys, upvote the live stream. Let's check the upvotes. Guys, I'm a little disappointed. A little disappointed. I want to see 25 likes. $25 likes, guys. Come on, upvote the live stream. If you're watching or lurking, upvote the live stream. Got Billy in the oh, you're in Bangkok, Thailand. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that could be a servicing nightmare. I'm assuming that they're gonna ship it back to Germany though. By the way, what's the problem with it? Mr. Boone. It just stopped working, huh? Interesting. Yep. So let me pull this up here. Hey, we got Constant Kwong in the chat. Middle class guy, what's up? Good to see you here. Let me do this. By the way, jump on the panel. I might get in trouble for this one. Might get but it's okay. It's all in good fun anyways. Let's pull it up. Pull it up, OC. Pull it up. Okay, so let's see here. So 6159. So let's see here. So someone made a video and made some comments about the 6159, and I wasn't too thrilled. I thought it was kind of a rambling fucking mess of a commentary, to be honest. But you guys can let me know if I'm off base. You guys can let me know if I'm off base or not. All right, here we go. Ready? Boom. Let's show this. This is courtesy of Theo and Harris. And Theo did a video and he talks about the 6159. And I thought it was absolutely an incoherent, rambling mess of a commentary. But maybe I'm wrong. You guys can keep me honest. Okay, here it is. Theo's thoughts on the 6-1. Let me turn on the closed captioning. There. Okay. Theo's thoughts on the 6159. Ready?
Please.
I think the next watch, the 6159G, I don't love it. I don't love it, to be honest. I think that it.
Okay. He doesn't love it. He doesn't love it. So right off the bat, he says, I don't love it. I don't love it. What is not to love about this timepiece? Now, maybe the price. Okay. Maybe the price. Sure. It's 120 grand. But this is a beautiful execution of the retrograde calendar, the retrograde calendar with the moon phase. It's got a kind of a smoked sapphire crystal dial. It's absolutely stunning. Now, I don't think there's anybody who's looked at this watch and said that it's ugly, right? I mean, I think a lot of people said it's beautiful. A lot of people said it's, fascinating. I don't think people say it's ugly. I think they can say it's expensive, right? Very, very expensive. Oliver Boone, by the way, says they have to ship it to Germany, the Lange, for servicing. Yeah, I hear you. That makes sense. I would be confident in their ability to remedy the issue, Mr. Boone. So good luck with that. Keep us posted. By the way, keep us posted. So Theo says, I don't love it. I don't love it. It sounds like he's talking super fast here. Let me make sure it's on normal speed so I can understand what he's saying, because he's kind of like all over the place. All right. I don't love it. I don't love it. Let's hear it again.
G. I don't love it. I don't love it, to be honest. I think that it's, you know what it is? It reminds me too much of the Datagraph Lumen because it uses the same tactic to create visual interest, this translucent, like smoked, black, whatever, glass.
Okay. Hold on a second. He doesn't like it because it looks like the Lange Lumen. If anything, that is a reason. If there's any similarity, if you think there's any similarity between the Lange Lumen and the Patek retrograde calendar 6159, that's a good thing. Okay? That's actually a positive thing, not a negative thing, because that Lange Lumen is, I think, a really attractive looking watch. I think the fact that Patek Philippe made a watch that people compare with the Lumen is a compliment. How could that be a negative? I don't get that. I think Theo is out of his mind.
So whatever the hell the material is. I love.
What do you mean, whatever the hell the material is? It's a sapphire crystal. Maybe it's a darkened, smoked sapphire crystal. What do you mean, whatever the hell the material is? Come on, this guy's being tough. He's being tough for no reason. He has a grudge. This guy has a grudge against Patek Philippe. That's what he has, and we're going to expose it tonight. Probably, the chances are he can't get Patek Philippe from London Jewelers, so he's going on a diatribe. But there's no legitimate reason to take it out on this watch. This is bullshit. I'm calling you out, Theo. But I'll drop the link for Theo. Let's see here. Link for Theo only. Do not click on this link, guys. Click on, if you want to join the panel, click on the link at the top of the chat. But yeah, I think he's, wait till you listen to the rest of this commentary, because I think it's a little bonkers. It's way off base.
G. I don't love it. I don't love it, to be honest. I think that it's, you know what it is? It reminds me too much of the Datagraph Lumen because it uses the same tactic to create visual interest, this translucent, like smoked, black, whatever, glass or whatever the hell the material is. I love that. I think it's great. This is a
oh yeah, I love that. I love that. I think it's great. All of a sudden he loves it. Okay.
Whatever, glass or whatever the hell the material is. I love that. I think it's great. This is a cool watch. It's an interesting watch. I appreciate the attempt from Patek Philippe. It's a great complication. Not only its petrol calendar, but it's a retrograde, meaning that center display.
This is on normal speed. Okay, this is how he's talking. Check it out. I've got it. Look right here. It is on normal playback speed. Normal playback speed. Okay, normal. I might have to slow it down. He's almost incoherent here.
I love that. I think it's great. This is a cool watch. It's an interesting watch. I appreciate the attempt from Patek Philippe. It's a great complication. Not only its petrol calendar, but it's a retrograde, meaning that center display. It's not a complication. Oh, it's complicated to make, but it's more of a display. But in function, it's just a perpetual calendar. I think it's great. So it's interesting. It's great. I love the fact that they use the hobnail bezel. Hobnail bezel is a great classic.
Okay, I love the fact they use the hobnail bezel. So far, he's like he likes the smoke crystal. He likes the hobnail bezel. Okay, so he likes the complication. It's a cool watch. It's an interesting watch. I don't love it. I don't love it, but it's a cool watch. It's an interesting watch. I appreciate it. This is an incoherent, rambling mess. Theo, What is your problem with this watch? What is your problem with Patek Philippe?
The attempt from Patek Philippe. It's a great complication. Not only its perpetual calendar, but it's a retrograde, meaning that center display. It's not a complication. Oh, it's complicated to make, but it's more of a display. But in function, it's just a perpetual calendar. I think it's great.
I think it's great, but I don't love it. I don't love it.
I just so it's interesting. It's great. I love the fact that they use the hobnail bezel. Hobnail bezel is a great classic Patek Philippe, design. Coup de Paris, they call it. I don't love it in anywhere in the same universe like I do the Datograph Lumen, which I'm not sure if the Datograph Lumen was the watch that invented this visual effect, but certainly I think the watch that did it best and made it most famous.
I don't agree. I don't agree that it's the best. I think the 6159 looks fantastic. I think it can be argued that Patek Philippe did it better.
Datograph Lumen is flawless. It is flawless. And I think that this watch is very good, but I can't imagine someone ever saying that this is better than the Datograph.
I'm saying it. I will say it right now. I'll say that it's better. It's thinner. It's classier looking. It's got a beautiful perpetual calendar. It doesn't have a unneeded chronograph. I like this better. I like the Patek better. How about that?
Lumen. So if a design is so distinctive, and you go and make it, it better be better than the other guy, because you're always going to be compared to the other guy.
It is,
right? And I think that it's kind of weird that Patek Philippe even wanted to be the other guy. It's kind of weird,
I think it's weird that he's obsessing about this so much. I mean, I don't love it. I don't love it. Then he goes on to praise everything about the watch: the hobnail bezel, the sapphire crystal, the perpetual calendar. Everything about it he likes, but he just doesn't like the fact that Patek did it better than Lange. This guy's look at this. Oh man, Theo, you're off the rocker, man. What is going on with you? You've changed. You've changed, man. Look at his look. He looks deranged. Theo, you look deranged, man. This is an awesome watch. I don't know what you're thinking. I mean, are you just trying to make up content? Going after Patek Philippe is not the way to make up content, my friend.
Would make it. It better be better than the other guy, because you're
better
always
be better.
Compared to
It better be better than the other guy.
better than the Datograph Lumen. So if a design is so distinctive, and you go and make it, it better be better than the other guy.
I don't think Patek was copying the Lumen. It just so happens that there are plenty of people who do smoked crystal dials. I think when the 6159 came out, I think some people immediately saw a resemblance to the Lumen for good reason. It's attractive. It's an attractive design. I don't think they were copying though,
because you're always going to be compared to the other guy. Right. And I think that it's kind of weird that Patek Philippe even wanted to be the other guy. It's kind of weird. Clearly that's a Lange thing, meaning this glass effect, this smoked black effect. So clearly it's Lange. So why Patek even wanted to play that game is silly.
Why? Listen, I don't question Patek Philippe. If Patek wants to do a dial made of smoked crystal, all the power to them. I support Patek. Listen, nobody is buying. We just went through a horror story with Lange, okay, where the guy was a mega collector and owned 43 watches. Okay, and it's impossible to get a Lumen. I bet you it's going to be pretty hard to get the 6159, but I think you have a better chance of getting it than a Lumen. I think Theo's off on a wild, unhinged rant here.
Meaning this glass effect, this smoked black effect. So clearly it's Lange. So why Patek even wanted to play that game is silly. And if they did want to play the game, then they most certainly should have won. Most certainly can't lose.
I think they did. I think they won. I like the Patek Philippe better.
Lose to Lange. Especially when people, watch geeks, say that, Lange deserves to be in the Holy Trinity. And usually it's not Patek that's,
Lange doesn't deserve to be in the Holy Trinity after the way they treated that customer. How about that? That's what I say. I say any brand that treats a loyal customer who owns 43 pieces like that should not be in the Holy Trinity. Hey, we got Vimal in the chat with a flamingo blue highlighted comment. To Canadian, buy my rusty watches and Chinese straps instead. Thank you very much. Buckley says, I like it. Very expensive. The Vacheron Constantin version is half the price. Great point, Buckley. Vacheron Constantin also has a beautiful, complicated watch with a smoked crystal dial. Okay? So nobody's copying anything, Theo. It's just that, Patek happened to come up with this great concept. And does it resemble the Lumen at first glance? Sure, because they both have smoked translucent dials. But other than that, they're totally different. I like the Patek better. I'm Team Patek, okay? I am Team Patek. I'm not Team Lange. And I think this is an unhinged, rambling rant. I got Green Machine in the chat. What's up, Green Machine? Green Machine, do you have an unboxing? If you have an unboxing, jump on the panel. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Green Machine, if you have an unboxing, let me know. I got Mike S in the chat. What's up, Mike S? Julius Caesar. The bro speaks in run-on sentences. Yeah, I mean, that's on normal speed. I might have to slow it down to half speed just to understand what he's saying. Put the Adderall down. I'm not on Adderall, Matthias, but thank you. By the way, Mike S, Julius Caesar, and Matthias are all members of the OC channel. Thank you so much for being members. Really, really, really appreciate it. This might be a good time, by the way, to mention, I want to remind all you guys that by very popular demand, Cased in Time has launched this new NASA Moon watch case. It's available from casedintime.com. I'll throw the banner up with a reminder of the promo code. The promo code is Original OC for the biggest discount. I don't get a penny from Cased in Time. I don't get free cases. I don't get nothing. I get nothing from these guys, okay? But if you like this NASA Moon case, buy a bunch of them. They make great presents. Buy a whole bunch for you and your friends. Perfect gift for dads for Father's Day, for people in your family who are graduating high school or college. If you own a Moon Swatch, or if you own a Speedy, or if you're just a fan of space or moon travel or whatever, pick up these cases and be sure to use promo code Original OC for the biggest discounts you can get. CasedInTime.com. Jonathan Smith in the chat. What's up, Jonathan? Yeah, it looks like a glazed donut, except it's on the moon. It's on the moon. All right. Back to the video here. Just in case you're just joining us, we covered a crazy story of a guy, a mega Lange collector who owns 43 Langes and was treated like absolute garbage by the brand and required bundling. And they raised the price on the watch that he ordered multiple times. It's bullshit, guys. It's bullshit. If you want to jump in the panel, feel free to jump on. Let's cover this again. Oop, another crazy stare by Theo here.
One, like most certainly. Can't lose to Lange, especially when people, watch geeks, say that, Lange deserves to be in the Holy Trinity. Like, and usually it's not Patek that's, talked about getting axed. Not that anyone's gonna,
His videos have just gone completely downhill. These are totally irrelevant, unhinged commentary. I mean, commentary is being generous. These rants are unstable.
Talked about getting axed. Not that anyone's gonna,
This is all right, listen, everybody has a nose itch once in a while. It's okay. I'm just having fun hitting the keyboard.
Not Paddock that's, talked about getting axed. Not that anyone's gonna, not that anyone's gonna, the holy trinity of watchmaking is never gonna.
He's fucking manic. I love this guy. I really do love him. They used to make the most incredible videos back in the day. What happened to this guy? What happened? He's against Patek Philippe now? Are you fucking kidding me?
Not that anyone's gonna, the holy trinity of watchmaking is never gonna change. It's so much marketing and it's never gonna change. But Lange, this is like a great example of why Lange, earns their keep. Why Lange deserves the acclaim they get because Patek.
Because what? Because what? Because Patek Philippe came out with a watch with a sapphire crystal dial. Come on.
But Lange, this is like a great example of why Lange, earns their keep. Why Lange deserves the acclaim they get because Patek had all this time to, Lange put their cards on the table first. Patek waited and, lie in wait and then released something that competed with it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Patek had nothing. They didn't copy the design. It's they didn't lie in wait and then release something several years later. Man, I don't get it. What happened to Theo, guys? What happened to Theo? Used to love this guy.
Put their cards on the table first. Patek waited and, lie in wait and then release something that competed with it that was not even close to as beautiful. The Datograph Lumen is a flawless watch. Then in 100,
it's not flawless. It's not flawless. It's fucking fat, is what it is. It's too thick. It's a very, very thick watch. The Lumen is not flawless. It's a great looking watch. There's no doubt about it. I'm not attacking the Lumen, but it's not flawless. It's too thick. And it's impossible to get. Whereas the 6159 is a better complication. It's thinner. It's dressier. It's Patek Philippe, which is fucking checkmate as far as I'm concerned. It's Patek Philippe.
That was not even close to as beautiful. The Datograph Lumen is a flawless watch. Then at $117,000, I don't have like a huge opinion on pricing. I know that they're already being listed around $300,000. So even at 117, I think there are so many more interesting.
I haven't seen them listed for that much. I mean, what is he going on? Chrono 24, where they have fake listings? Come on.
I know that they're already being listed around 300,000. So even at 117, I think there are so many more interesting, beautiful watches to own. I think that,
what does the Lumen cost? Guys in the chat, how much does a one of those Datograph Lumens cost? It's probably not cheap.
At 117, I think there are so many more interesting, beautiful watches to own. I think that they're more beautiful watches to own. I think that they're better watches. I mean, they're just better watches to get that I think are more beautiful, that wouldn't remind someone of a direct comparison that the watch loses. You know what I mean? So anyway, not a fan of this. The last piece I want to talk about.
All right.
Wouldn't remind someone of a direct comparison that the watch loses. You know what I mean? So.
All right. So, well, I disagree. I disagree 100%. I don't think anyone who buys a Patek Philippe 6159 retrograde perpetual calendar even thinks about Lange. Okay? They don't look down and go, oh, this watch loses to a Lange. It does not. This is, I think this is sour grapes. Sour grapes. I think he asked London Jewelers for a Patek, and he got nothing. That's what I think. So he's bitter. He's bitter. He is a bitter, jilted lover is what he is. Vimal says he's against all brands. He wants to be contrarian for the sake of being one. Okay, maybe that's true. Maybe he's just doing a controversial video, but attacking Patek Philippe in this very vicious and malicious way, I think is not the way to do it. Not the way to do it at all. Got Think Real in the chat. What's up, Think Real? Buckley says perhaps Patek slighted him as a YouTuber. That's I don't think they slighted him as a YouTuber. I think they slighted him as a potential customer. That's what I think. But I don't know. I mean, why would he rail so viciously against such a great watch and such a great brand? Logan Hall says, make Theo great again. Thank you. Let's do it, guys. Let's make, but he just comes across as just, does he just turn the camera on and just fucking start rambling without thinking about what he's going to say? He's all over the place. He's all over the place. Captain says he's got some goddamn nerve and should be banned. Banned from YouTube. I don't think so. I don't call for anyone to be banned from YouTube. I think people should be allowed to go wherever they want and support the channels that they want to. Even this channel, even Theo and Harrison, or even my channel, which is scary. Scary to think that the people support this channel. Chilsky is in the chat. Thank you, Chilsky. Patek Chris in the chat. What happened to this guy? Exactly. That's what I was thinking. What happened to him? He's off the rails. Absolutely off the rails. Vimal typed in a comment that I can't show on the screen, but thank you. Think is his main business. Okay, think. His main business was marketing brands. Patek maybe said, "Get the fuck out of here," or "Go fuck yourself." Go fuck yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe. Listen. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe. Listen. Is this video about Patek? Oh, he's talking about. Oh, wait a minute. He's talking about the new platinum. Okay. Wait a minute. He's going to talk about the platinum 6196. All right. Let's see what. Listen. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, guys. It looks like he talks about the 6196. Well, I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps that was just a one-off, crazy, unhinged, incoherent rant, but it was about the 6159. It was about the retrograde perpetual calendar. He had some kind of hang up over the lumen. He really loves the lumen, and it clouded his judgment. And he attacked Patek Philippe, and that attack was baseless. But maybe he just was. Listen, temporary insanity. Maybe he can claim temporary insanity. Got Ryan Hopray in the chat. Raypad's there. We got Ryan. Let's see what he says about the 6196, which I think everybody has said. I think almost universally the praise has been pretty resounding. Let's see what he says about that.
Enchantment. I love Patek Philippe. I'm a big fan of the brand.
Oh yeah, sure. He's a huge fan. He's a huge fan after that thrashing.
Sort of a little bit of, disenchantment. I love Patek Philippe. I'm a big fan of the brand. I'm wearing a Patek Philippe right now. This is the one that my family gifted to my grandfather for his 80th birthday, I think it was.
Oh, okay. See, so he is a fan. Listen, he's wearing a Patek Philippe, so there you go. Maybe, okay, it's probably a really old vintage one, but he has one nonetheless and has a great story to it. All right. Listen, he gets brownie points for me for that. Cool.
The one that my family gifted to my grandfather for his 80th birthday, I think it was. I love the brand. It is an iconic brand with so much real reason to absolutely adore and praise. Right?
Yes, finally, something that he says with which I can agree. I love pause. It doesn't matter where I pause it. It always ends on one of these fucking deranged looks. It's funny. It's funny. Listen, he's got cool hair. He's a young guy. He's got cool hair. No doubt about it. I wish I had hair like that. Look at that. Rich, lustrous, rich brown hair. Beautiful hair. Ryan Hofrey in the chat says, I'd say he's absolutely not a Patek Philippe fan. Whatever, he's more of a Cartier dude, in my opinion. Vimal in the chat says he started to lose it once Michael left, and Michael started a channel that has 10 times his views. Plus, Michael's clothing company is doing very well. I don't know. I think Michael was the skinny kid who sat next to him, like the redheaded skinny kid. It's good to hear that he's doing well. Glad to hear it. Okay, but he loves the brand. I agree with this part of his commentary. Maybe he's going to say incredible things about the 6196.
For his 80th birthday, I think it was. I love the brand. It is an iconic brand with so much real reason to absolutely adore and praise, right? But I do think that this brand, and this Calatrava is a great example, and this is one of the 4 watches we'll talk about, like I said. I think it's just a great example of how people will do anything. People will kiss so much ass to just kind of gain favor. And why I think that's a shame, I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about YouTubers, I'm talking about content creators. And I think that's a shame because
he's talking about himself. He's talking. I'm not a YouTuber. We have like 15 people watching. I mean, come on. We got nobody watching. But he's a big YouTube personality. What the hell is he talking about right now? What do you think? Shame? What? He thinks people are flooding into Patek Philippe boutiques all around the world and saying, "Can I please buy this watch? Please put me on the list for this watch. Please, I'd love to buy this watch," because they're kissing up, because they're trying to show favor. I mean, you have thousands of people flooding into Patek Philippe saying, "I think this is an incredible watch." Those people aren't on YouTube, you fuckwit. They're not on social media. These are people who love Patek Philippe and they love this watch. They're not trying to curry favor. No one curries favor to buy a $50,000 dress watch. The fuck is this guy smoking? Theo, what's going on, my friend?
Brand with so much real reason to absolutely adore and praise, right? But I do think that this brand, and this Calatrava is a great example, and this is one of the 4 watches we'll talk about, like I said. I think it's just a great example of how people will do anything. People will kiss so much ass to just kind of gain favor. And why I think that's a shame, I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about YouTubers, I'm talking about content creators. And I think that's a shame because it's not a great shame. It's not a tremendous global travesty, but I think it is a shame so far as what we do, because you guys come to, YouTube to learn about watches and to have, you guys come to YouTube to learn.
What the hell is he talking about? This is incomplete nonsense. He's not even saying anything. Are you as frustrated as I am? The guy can't put together a sentence. I can't understand what point he's trying to make. He's just fucking jabbering. Maybe it's just me. Guys, is he like able to communicate a salient point here? I'm not feeling it.
I'm talking about YouTubers, I'm talking about content creators. And I think that's a shame because people will do anything. People will kiss so much ass to just kind of gain favor. And why I think that's a shame, I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about YouTubers, I'm talking about content creators. And I think that's a shame because it's not a great shame. It's not a tremendous global travesty, but I think it is a shame so far as what we do, because you guys come to, YouTube to learn about watches and to have, you guys come to YouTube to learn about watches, develop your own opinion on watches, to feel engaged in the community. And I don't think that a great basis for that is like lying. I don't think that a great basis for that is not being critical.
Who's lying? What the hell is he talking about? People, is he trying to say that YouTubers said this watch is good and they're lying? I don't, and he doesn't like it, or he does like it. This is just a babbling fucking psychotic mess.
That a great basis for that is like lying. I don't think that a great basis for that is not being critical. I'm not all negative. I love to give
I'm not all negative. So far, we heard him absolutely trash the 6159. Now that was later in the video, and then he's this is like a minute into this video, and he hasn't had a single coherent thing to say about the 6196. It's just like, this is frustrating because I want to understand what he's saying. I want to I don't know why. I don't know why I'm trying to learn what he's saying. Maybe it was a mistake for me to try and figure out what he's saying. Omar in the chat. He's talking about you, OC. Quit kissing Patek Philippe's ass. Look at all the watch video about nothing. Oh, Chelsky says he's clearly missing a co-host. Yeah, listen, I'm not available. I'm not available, but he should definitely look for a co-host. Buckley says he's saying that he thinks Hodinky and Waco and his friends are full of shit. Really? So they don't like the watch. They're just lying to cozy up to Patek Philippe. Is that the argument, Buckley? That Waco and Hodinky, when they reviewed the watch, listen. Hodinky always says positive things about all watches, so you got to take them out of the equation, and maybe to some extent Waco as well, because they're paid by the brands. They're paid in the form of advertising, free trips, junkets, gifts, all kinds of stuff, right? So yeah, I mean, maybe that's his point, but I don't think, why take it out on the watch? It's a good watch. It's a fantastic watch, and people are flooding into Patek Philippe to buy it, not because they were influenced on social media. I don't think. Let's back it up a little bit and hear it again. Maybe he did say something positive and I just wasn't listening. But this does sound like a little bit of a rambling mess.
Ass to just kind of gain favor. And why I think that's a shame. I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about YouTubers, I'm talking about content creators. And I think that's a shame because it's not a great shame. It's not a tremendous global travesty, but I think it is a shame so far as what we do, because you guys come to, YouTube to learn about watches and to have, you guys come to YouTube to learn about watches, develop your own opinion on watches, to feel engaged in the community. And I don't think that a great basis for that is like lying. I don't think that a great basis for that is not being critical. I'm not all negative. I love to give a tremendous praise and compliment, but when I think it's time to be critical, I am. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to give absolute praise on a level. Many of these watches are very good, but I think that
look at his facial expressions. I mean, many of these watches are very good. These watches are very good. Screen capture this. Great shot of he's very animated, I gotta say. Oh my God.
that is not being critical. I'm not all negative. I love to give a tremendous praise and compliment, but when I think it's time to be critical, I am. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to give absolute praise on a level. Many of these watches are very good, but I think there's tremendous and undue fanfare that's created.
Oh my gosh. Is it just me, or is he talking super fast and it's kind of like gibberish? He's saying a lot of words, but I'm not quite sure what he's saying. Maybe he's going to say something here, something about the watch.
To be critical, I am. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to give absolute praise on a level. Many of these watches are very good.
He's very, very tense in this moment here.
Today, I'm going to give absolute praise on a level. Many of these watches are very good, but I think there's tremendous and undue fanfare that's created by influencers that I think is ridiculous. And I hope that you agree. And if you don't, comment down below. Either way, comment down below. So I will read them and maybe we'll have a conversation. So let's get back.
We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to ramble here on the screen and you're going to type in a comment 8 days later. Great conversation.
Let's get back into the Calatrava here. Let's start here. This is a good watch.
Oh, finally. 2 minutes in, here we go. It's a good watch. Okay, finally, something with which I can agree.
Let's get back into the Calatrava here. Let's start here. This is a good watch. It's a good watch. If I saw it out, I'd like it. I think it is well designed. If I have no knowledge of Patek Philippe history, I just had a knowledge of quality, right, of balance of design, I would say this watch is good. Maybe a little bit thick at 10 millimeters, 9.3 millimeters.
Okay, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. 9.3 millimeters. I too would like to see this watch a little bit thinner. You know what? I agree with. I agree here. I agree with this point, and I also agree that it's very balanced, very conservative, very elegant, very classy. I think we're pretty much in agreement here.
A little thick. I would personally prefer it at 33, not 38, because
Whoa! Whoa! Let's back up a little bit here. I cannot let that pass. What the fuck kind of commentary is that? I would personally prefer it at 33 millimeters. This guy's lost his fucking mind. He thinks men are going to buy a 33 millimeter dress watch. Maybe I misheard that. Maybe let's back it up. Maybe he is maybe he didn't say that. 33 mil, really?
I saw it out, I'd like it. I think it is well designed. If I have no knowledge of Patek Philippe history, I just had a knowledge of quality, right, of balance of design, I would say this watch is good. Maybe a little bit thick at 10 millimeters, 9.3 millimeters, a little thick. I would personally prefer it at 33, not 38, because the original, Calatravas were 30 and a half. But
What the hell's gotten into this guy? I mean, seriously, would he seriously have a meeting with Patek Philippe and say, you know what? I got to tell you guys, vintage is in. The original sizes were 30 and a half. Sure, you can make them a little bit bigger, go up to 33, but we need to go back to super small watches. Let's make small watches great again. 33?
9.3 millimeters, a little thick. I would personally prefer it at 33, not 38, because the original, Calatravas were 30 and a half. But I understand that's probably not reasonable. I get that. I understand that my wish list is unreasonable, right?
Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm glad you realize that, because it is. It's not only unreasonable, it's a dumb idea. The watch would not sell at all with a 33 millimeter case. I mean, if you wanted to have an audience or a target market of one person, make it in 33 millimeters. I think at least he realizes that it's a completely unreasonable sentiment. It's just flat. I mean, there's differing opinions, but I think Patek nailed the size.
I understand that's probably not reasonable. I get that. I understand that my wish list is unreasonable, right? But objectively speaking, this watch is good. That being said, the level of praise and fanfare that comes from media to this watch is absurd. Everyone is just, oh, my head over heels for this watch, which is, let's be honest, completely uninventive. It's a Calatrava in salmon with a subdial that makes sense in size. And there were watches that were inventive at Watches and Wonders. I think that that sounds ridiculous because it's such an entry-level brand, but Nomos's new club, world.
Oh, are you kidding me? He's going to praise Nomos over this Patek Philippe Calatrava? Oh, now listen, I don't know anything about this Nomos. Looks like some kind of world time or something. I'm not sure what it is, but I can guarantee you one thing, as I would never ever consider this, because it's not a Patek Philippe. And yeah, this isn't inventive, okay, but it is. People don't look to Patek Philippe all the time to be very, very innovative. The purpose of this watch is to continue a decades and decades and decades long tradition of having a conservatively styled, timeless, elegant, classy dress timepiece. And in that regard, this is a absolute home run, regardless of whether the person who says so is on YouTube or not. And no one is giving this watch any more praise or undue praise than it deserves. You know? Oh man. I don't know. This guy's off his rocker.
Speaking, this watch is good. That being said, the level of praise and fanfare that comes from media to this watch is absurd. Everyone is just, oh, my head over heels for this watch, which is, let's be honest, completely uninventive. It's a Calatrava in salmon with a subdial that makes sense in size. And there were watches that were inventive at Watches and Wonders. I think that sounds ridiculous because it's such an entry-level brand, but Nomos's new club, World Time was an interesting, inventive watch. It was a good watch.
Yeah, it does sound ridiculous, you fuck.
Smarter than this Calatrava. There is no doubt. The world was begging for this Calatrava and Patek just made it. And the world wasn't even being that inventive when they gave it. It was just the obvious improvement in like the most famous colorway. Patek is famous for their salmon. So just do the Calatrava and salmon. It's like, okay.
He acts like it's just an easy decision to refine and relaunch a model that's as iconic as the new version of the 5196. Oh, okay. Let's look to Nomos, guys. Look to Nomos for inspiration. When that Nomos hit the screen, it sounded like OC got hit in the heart with a spear. Yeah, it was physical pain. Brody says Nomo is his client. Well, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true or not. But Buckley says, "Oh man, never bring up Nomos." Yeah, that's not cool. Don't fucking compare. Don't ever put Patek Philippe and Nomos in the same sentence. Come on, just don't even think about doing that. By the way, the link to join the panel is pinned at the top of the chat. Jump on and let's talk about this. This is it. I'm not going to go any further than this. I'm not going to give this guy any more promotion for his whatever his cause is or whatever his biases are. I don't know why people like Porsche. Look at this Fiat 500. Let's see what he says here. But I'm not going to give this guy more airtime. I don't want to listen.
And the world wasn't even being that inventive when they gave.
He's got enough free promotion for me as it is.
Gave it. It was just the obvious improvement in like the most famous colorway. Patek is famous for their salmon.
They're famous for their salmon. They're famous for their salmon. The most famous colorway. They're famous for their salmon.
The world was begging for this Calatrava and Patek just made it. And the world wasn't even being that inventive when they gave it. It was just the obvious improvement in like the most famous colorway. Patek is famous for their salmon. So just do the Calatrava and salmon. It's like, okay, great. And do it at 38. Do I like it better at 30, 31, 32?
What the fuck did he just say? Oh, for fuck's sake. Buckley, don't even say anything. Hold on one second. Hold on a second. Listen to this.
And do it at 38. Do I like it better at 30, 31, 32? Yes, the classic sizes, yes.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck? Do I like it better at 30, 31, 32?
I don't know.
What the fuck's wrong with him?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now.
I don't know. It's like what? It's like, why even make a video when you just do this rambling, incoherent rant like this? The 6159 diatribe was nonsensical. It really was it bordered on psychotic, and this just the facts. The facts almost disqualify it from any serious consideration.
Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact there's something going on with him where he's becoming very anti-industry. Why? I don't know. Maybe the same reason a lot of us are getting fed up. But he definitely, because he went after Rolex, he went after, I forgot, he's been going after a lot of brands recently, especially after Watches and Wonders. He's been on doing a tear. So I don't know what the deal is, but some of it I agree with. A lot of it I don't. But I think it's just he's seen a lot of shit. He built his YouTube channel at the height. We don't know what happened to his old partner there. It doesn't seem like he's fully recovered after that guy has left, and he's trying out the nobody sponsors me, therefore I'm going to say go fuck yourself method. You know? I mean, he's not wrong about this. Listen, even my Patek essay, when I had a discussion with him about the new releases, was like, don't tell me you like the Salmon Calatrava. Like, even they're bored by it. Like, it's a very nice watch.
Yeah, even they're like, I can't believe Patek came out with a watch that looks just like the watch that came out 65 years ago, and people are like, oh my god, it's great.
Yeah, even the essays are like, can you not come in here and bullshit me? You know, so I agree with him there. This 31-32 size is fucking nonsense. It's like, don't be gay. You know, that's gay as fuck. Yeah. 36, we would have said, oh, 35, we would have been like, that's small, but okay. 31-32 is like, what else do you want to come back? Top hats and canes? What the fuck? 30 millimeter. That's fucking tiny. It's like, you know what? We have the watch is not the problem. If your wrist is that small, it's time to do some pull-ups. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah,
but I think this guy's on a bender.
Yeah, his style is a little manic, but it's lovable. It's manic but lovable. You know, who doesn't love the guy? But
you know, I have to say, I've met him 4 times, maybe. Corresponded a few times through Instagram. Back in like even 2021, 2022, he gave off an attitude of like, I'm so sick and tired of all these fucking idiots and all these fucking stupid brands messing with everybody. So like, this has been sitting for a long time. And then when he had that other guy on, they tried doing a podcast, but it was behind a paywall. So, you know, I don't do that. You know, I don't think you do it either. But they tried doing it. They put out a couple of episodes for free. And what you're seeing right now was kind of the way that he was, even like 3 or 4 years ago. It was this attitude of like, okay, the camera's off. This is behind a paywall. I'll tell you that Breitling is fucking garbage. Right? I'll tell you that there's no such thing as a wait list, and you're an idiot if you believe in a wait list. I'll tell you it has all the purchase history, right? That's how he is. I also know he tends to make a couple of cocktails before he does an episode like this. He makes a couple of cocktails and he's sipping on a cocktail while he does it. So while he's doing this, it probably seems like a great idea. He probably edits it while having another cocktail and uploads it. Right? So, you know, but the Nomos plug, you can't do that. No one believes you about the Nomos. Nomos is shit. Nomos sucks. Come on, don't bring up Nomos. Look at this freeze frame.
He is the gift that keeps on giving with these
telling you,
with his looks and his gestures are hilarious.
this is the result of fucking McAllen 15 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon while you're filming. He does that. He does that. He fucking. I'm telling you, I know for a fact.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not drunk enough. He actually remembered to button his shirt. Usually that button right there is undone. He's known for his bare chest.
He's kind of like Diego and him are similar in that they have this nostalgic view, right? Like Theo is stuck in like somewhere between 1989 and 1994. Like he wants waspy Wall Street, penny loafers with blue jeans, brown straps on watches, he wants all that shit, and he lives his style and all that is that world. I mean, the guy made a fucking video with like a 30-year-old M2 or M3 BMW. It's like, all right, we got it. You want to be waspy. Diego wants to be fucking Miami Vice Top Gun in 1982. But both of them do the same shit. They want the hairstyles, they want the clothing, they want the watches. And that 31 millimeter comment was just, come on. Like, the WASP era is over. It's done. Big double-breasted pinstripe suits. We're done here. Not coming back.
Not. All right. Let me just let's just finish up this segment here. See what he says.
Venta. It's a Calatrava in salmon with a subdial that makes sense in size. And there were watches that were inventive at Watches and Wonders. I think that the world was begging for this Calatrava.
Nope.
In like the most famous colorway. Paddock is famous for their salmon.
Famous.
Just do the Calatrava and salmon. It's like, okay, great. And do it at 38. Do I like it better at 30, 31, 32? Yes, the classic sizes, yes. But it's a good one. It's, let's just chill out a little bit. But the thing is, everyone's paid and incentivized to embellish when something is good, to ignore when something is bad, or downplay at the bare minimum. And if not downplay, then just flat out ignore. It's funny that, Hodinkee and many other places have such strong opinions about how this is the greatest, which means that there were bad things before and never really commented too. I mean, not to say never, but, and it's not them. It's a lot of other people. It's like, let's just be a little bit more fair and objective. Why are we sugarcoating it for Patek Philippe, for God's sakes? I mean, like, what have they done? Why would I be giving?
He's about to say, what the fuck have they done for me lately?
Well, that's what I was getting. So is this a new video?
This video is, let me just see. It's fairly recent. It came out, hold on a second here. We get the exact date. It came out on April 25th. So it's about 30 days ago.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, it doesn't even have 10,000 views. I mean, and this is one of his big videos. It doesn't even have 10,000 views.
No, I'm just curious on the timing because he also tends to let shit sit for a while before he puts a video out on it.
Yeah.
So
it's probably 3 weeks after Watches and Wonders.
Yeah. But you see he took a shot at Hodinkee.
Yeah, actually, that is something that I think a lot of the watch collectors and enthusiasts can align with him on, is this notion that those kinds of corporate YouTubers that represent publications and the mainstream media, those guys will do anything to suck the dicks of the brands because they're getting free trips, they're getting gifts, they're getting junkets, they're getting advertising dollars from those same brands. But we don't have to do that, and he doesn't have to do that. So, I mean, I don't know if he's trying to lump himself in with those guys because he's not under any of those pressures.
No, I mean, I'm just speculating, but I think his has to do more with the fact that I think because I think most people know they have some sort of marketing company. I don't remember the name of it. I don't know, but they did the Grand Seiko shit and they did a few brands. I think they did Nomos.
And I think they're pretty
So
much out of the watch business, and they do like marketing advice for other companies now, other in all different kinds of other companies.
my feeling here is he maybe tried to get in with them, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yep. At this point in the video, it almost looks like he's saying like, "What the fuck have you done for me?"
Let's just be a little bit more fair and objective. Why are we sugarcoating it for Patek Philippe, for God's sakes? I mean, like, what have they done? Why would I be giving undue praise? Why would I be like, brown nosing Patek for what? So I can get a free bottle of champagne? No, thank you. Chocolates? I'm good. An allocation? Come on. I'm going to beg for it. It's ridiculous. I'm going to release incomplete opinions, or I'm going to release too favorable opinions.
Well, I mean, come on, don't pretend like being nice to the brand if it gets you a watch. Hey,
You know what though? To his credit, he's never been someone who gets on journeys. I mean, that's one of the things I'm trying to tell you. 2021, I remember being at a certain location, talking about 3 brands individually, and he was like, "Listen, I've done some marketing here. I've done some business with them, and they've offered me watches." He's like, I would never I would never do this.
Mhm.
He had a specific issue with a specific brand, same issue I had with the same brand. And he was like, go fuck your. So he's not into that. He doesn't
Right.
do that. But that fits into the narrative of buying vintage watches. So you don't really know what to do, because he did buy a modern white gold GMT Master. Right. So I don't know. I don't know. It'd be one thing if he was buying one brand and shitting on another one, if he was actually on Team AP or Team Vacheron. But to his credit, he's not on any team. He really does. Like, when you see him, when you meet him in person, he really does show up looking like a fucking wasp with a 33 millimeter watch. It's like he does it. So I can't say that this is a new.
It's not a shtick, is what you're saying. It's
No.
he's being authentic.
This is authentic. Like, he doesn't. Maybe his ego's too high. A lot of people too. Their egos are a little too high. Like, I'm not going to beg for a watch. I've never been asked to beg for a watch personally, but this is not new.
Yep. Let's see what the rest of this is here.
For an allocation? Good. An allocation? Come on. I'm going to beg for it. It's ridiculous. I'm going to release incomplete opinions, or I'm going to release too favorable opinions for an allocation for a watch? No, thank you. No, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. But moving on into today.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
OC.
Yes.
Members only. We just covered someone who threw in a pile of bullshit in one of their videos to get an allocation for a watch.
We certainly did, and that video is members only. Check it out on I think you might still be able to view that it's available, even though it's members only. But yeah, check it out from a couple of days ago. It was a very, very spicy and controversial episode, so we had to make it members only right away. But yeah, it was pretty good. But was there something you wanted to add to that, or
No,
just
I
mention it?
think you got to look. I think you got to read between the lines here. This entire video isn't a video.
Oh, okay.
He's attacking YouTubers and media companies that are doing, like, this is not about Patek.
I got it. Yeah.
This whole video is throwing the middle finger at different groups of people that do this.
Yeah, because there is an emerging group of a new class of influencers. They're mainly these podcasters that are getting wined and dined at the brands, and so especially there's some brands that do it more than others. But AP has famously, over the past several months, gotten a lot of criticism from collectors for doing these parties and events and receptions where they just invite the influencers and the podcasters to come and celebrate and have a good time so they can get favorable coverage, but the actual VIPs don't get invited to anything.
It's a different topic. It would
Different
be,
topic.
some would consider it a stretch, but I think he's doing it on all fronts. I think it happens with a lot of brands. And a lot of these different guys that are working out. People are crafty, right? So I think what he's doing with this video, I think it's two parts. One, he's salty that it happens, and he's saying, go fuck yourself. Two, he's resentful because he did it with brands that don't matter, like Grand Seiko.
Grand Seiko, and he was fighting to do that Breitling video.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he picked really,
yeah.
really bad
He
brands.
picked the worst brands. He picked the worst brands. Yeah.
Picked the worst brands. It wound up amounting to nothing because, sorry, but no one cares about Grand Seiko, no Moss or Breitling.
Remember, he thought he was going to turn Gerald Charles into the next fucking Daniel Roth.
Well, apparently Michael Strahan seems to think that's going to happen too. We'll see what happens.
Well,
But
Daniel Roth, yes, but Gerald Charles?
no, you'd watch Gerald Charles. There's a weird group of high level Watchbox people that are buying Gerald Charles as we speak. But we'll see what happens.
I don't think that's going to go anywhere. By the way, would you also say, reading between the lines, that maybe the brands have shifted when they look at the influencers that they're supporting and the podcasters and the IG whoever people, that Theo really doesn't represent
Yep.
the look.
You start to figure it out.
The look and style, and he doesn't represent the community of the kind of collector that some of these emerging podcasters represent.
So there's an interesting thing that happened this year. We know where AP's going. That's a completely separate stream. That would be a heated 8-hour-long debate that happens daily in our group. So we already know that. He doesn't fit that. He also does not fit up and coming Cubitus clientele. He does not fit in with Rolex. Rolex this year didn't do anything with anybody as far as I can tell. Even Waco got slighted. They left him by
the one person that actually got the exclusive was Teddy Baldassar of all people, which is hats off to Teddy.
He got it at Watches and Wonders?
He got it. I think he got it even right before Watches and Wonders. Like, he was the only person that Rolex allowed to review the watches at Watches and Wonders.
That's very interesting. I'd love to figure out why that happened. But yeah, he doesn't fit in with the big three. I don't even know. Was he at Watches and Wonders this year?
Theo or Christian? Yeah. Or I don't
know. I'm not sure if he was there. We'd have to ask him, but I don't think that's going to happen.
What's up? Diego, Brian, welcome.
What's up? I was joining to make sure Brian didn't join. I'll be back.
All right.
Damn, I thought the guys in the South were supposed to be friendly with each other.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Maybe I won't be back. I wanted to talk about Theo, not Disney stuff.
No. Yeah, we'll continue on the topic and we'll keep going with this for a while. Brian, hang in there and hold on a second. Let me bring this back. If I can find it. Where did it go? Oh. Hold on a second. Was that wrong screen here? All right, I'm back. There we go.
Yeah, so he doesn't fit in with those brands. Vimal saying he wasn't even there. So either he wasn't there because he wasn't invited, or he just didn't see the value to go. Either way, the space is changing. The people they're going after is changing. And all his videos this year seem to just be a giant, I'm sick and tired of the bullshit. Fuck you.
Yep. He represented the first wave of influencers that's being kind of pushed aside, and there's a new wave of more culturally relevant podcasters that's seems to be
Yeah,
getting
and
the
he
attention of the
also
brands.
he made a mistake. He made a mistake. He latched on to a couple of brands that wound up amounting to nothing. Right? I mean, that's not any like the Grand Seiko video was well done. It made a lot of people buy Grand Seiko. I don't know if he got commissioned for that. I don't know how the breakdown worked, but Grand Seiko right now is not a good brand to buy at retail. It's not a good brand to. There's nothing there. Same thing with Nomos. What are we doing with Nomos? Breitling, he didn't even work with. He did a crazy publicity stunt, talking about how terrible their company is, which I actually agree. I agreed with him when he did it. Like, it's ridiculous. Their company's become ridiculous. But now, I mean, come to think of it, that publicity stunt may have put him on the radar of a lot of these brands to say, you're not coming back to Watches and Wonders. You're not invited. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'm spitballing here. I have no idea.
Yep. I mean, the rant against Hodinkee, let's go back to that a little bit because it was kind of, it did kind of, let me turn on the subtitles too.
I mean, like, what have they done? Why would I be giving undue praise? Why would I be like, brown nosing Paddock for what? So I can get a free bottle of champagne? No, thank you. Chocolates? I'm good. An allocation? Come on. I'm going to beg for it. It's ridiculous. I'm going to release incomplete opinions, or I'm going to release too favorable opinions for an allocation for a watch? No, thank you. No, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. But moving on into today's conversation, there are a couple more watches I want to talk about. The next watch, I think.
All right. That's it. That's all we wanted to cover. Diego, if you want to provide commentary on it, feel free to jump in. Otherwise, I did want to move on. I did want to mention, by the way, that Fratello has a new article on the new trio of meteorite Daytonas. So if you're a fan of the meteorite Daytonas, check it out on fratellowatches.com. They basically review all of the new meteorite models. So it's pretty good stuff there. Yeah. These are all amazing. I'm glad they brought them back. Let me show you a big picture of the new, let's see, white gold meteorite. Boom. It looks like this even has darkened indices.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's good looking.
Yep. But Brian would never buy one because it's a Daytona.
This shit is like 45,000 now. You know that?
You do, yeah. It is.
It's really expensive. Really expensive. I mean, I gotta say, I don't know. I'm not even gonna bring it up. But 45 grand is a lot of money for an Oyster Flex Daytona.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ryan Singer in the chat reminding everybody to upvote the live stream. We still have over 75 people watching, guys, on a Wednesday night. Let's follow in Ryan's footsteps and upvote the live stream. Let's get to 50 likes, guys. Let's get to 50. Brian, good evening. What's going on?
Good evening. And the only model of Daytona that I've seen that I really like.
Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Partly a little bit because you own it too. So
what's not to love if I own it? Yeah. So what's going on tonight? How are you?
Well,
did you do something bad?
Let's just say that sometimes stuff inside Mickey Mouse bags is not from Mickey Mouse land.
Oh shit. Did you buy one of those another Jockey Dro again?
Would you like to see it?
I guess. I
happen to have it. Right.
This is the one that you bought on eBay, right?
No, at a cruise ship port for wholesale.
Cruise ship port.
Brand new wholesale.
And this was like $6,000.
Yeah.
There you
A little
go.
green to the band on it, which I can't really. One of my cameras is not working right now, so a little green tint
This is
to the band.
Yeah, it's not bad. You're very much an opportunistic / impulse buyer sometimes.
I'm Jewish. Let's just say it.
If you put that watch on and you wear it and enjoy it, God bless you.
I do. In fact, I'll put it on my wrist so that everyone can see why I enjoy it. And I think it would make you happier if it was on my wrist than the pink Tudor. So.
The pink Tudor is pretty nice, actually. It's a little thick, but I still like it.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't like any Tudors.
Okay. All right. Keeping it real, I don't like any Tudors.
Stay pure, pony boy.
And then after the Jockey Dro, you ended up buying a Patek Philippe 5905. I don't know. I can't remember the model. I can't remember the reference to that
5961A stainless steel annual calendar chronograph. And then that's been it since November, I think. Yeah.
So yeah, you have two Pateks. You have. Do you have an AP, or you got rid of all the APs?
AP, go bye.
All right. So I want to make sure, because Brian said sometimes things in the Disney bag are not Disney merch. All right. Mm-hmm. Is there a watch in there, or is this some weird sexual proclivity you have and your dick is in a box?
If it was in a box, it'd be a really small box.
So there's a watch in there.
Is there a watch in there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a good watch?
I like it.
Hold on.
I like it. Yeah.
All right, let's do something here. Let me just. Is it a watch that makes sense unboxing on this channel?
What a fucking dickhead comment.
I retract it. I should be very happy. Listen, this is a channel about watches and a lot of people watching. We celebrate all unboxings here. I apologize. I'm wrong. Whatever it is, we'll have fun. Let me just do something in the background here.
Let me state that this is a paradigm breaking unboxing.
You bought a ladies' watch because you're transitioning?
That is a rule that one should adhere to, but no, I'm not transitioning. I'm too old. Man, I can barely keep up with what I got going on.
I know a great doctor in New York City who will give you 50% off because you're north of 55. Yeah, it's a senior citizen discount to transition. They do it right there in Soho.
Let me tell you, my feet hurt enough walking around in really comfortable tennis shoes. I can't imagine what it's like to wear heels. So, no, I'm not transitioning.
Okay, so tell us about the thought process for this. Is this one of those opportunistic buys where something happened to come up and you're like, oh yeah, let's get that? Or is this something that you've actually thought about? And if you've thought about it for a long time, I mean, is something that, quote, breaks the paradigm something that is
Yeah. Let's put the camera back on my face.
I don't know what that means. That's an interesting thing.
What is paradigm? Because Diego might say jet stream. Is it a jet stream piece? And for
No.
you to use the term paradigm breaking, it's kind of odd.
Yeah. So it's not a jet stream piece. It's not the end of the journey. It's been a long journey to get this piece.
Okay, so that means it's probably an older discontinued watch that you were looking for one in the right condition or with a particular configuration because it was really hard to get or rare. Fair? Am I on track or am I way off base?
Or he was on a wait list from an AD.
Or Buckley's right.
Holy shit.
Okay. All right. So now we're talking.
Holy shit. You got this is a new watch?
Brand new.
Fuck. All right, now we're talking. Unboxing time, guys. Unboxing of a new watch.
All right.
Now we're having fun. Guys, by the way, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. If you want to jump on, share the unboxing with us, feel free. The more the merrier. Everyone's allowed on. So just I'm going to turn the comments off on the screen just to highlight everybody here.
All right. What do I know about Brian? What brands would he?
Brian's crazy.
We know that GMTs he'd be on a list for from Rolex. He railed against the Daytona forever. It's not going to be a Daytona. That box could have a Patek in it, which would be fucking wild. Because I know the story of what happened with his Patek, so that would be definitely a paradigm shift. There's not an AP in there. Brian's too old. He didn't even disagree. Look at that. FP. I don't think it's FP. You'd have to go to the events to get an FP Jordan.
I could not purchase this watch in the Orlando area.
Yeah, because there's no Patek Philippe in Orlando. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait a minute. There's no... Is there a Rolex in Orlando? I think they got rid of Rolex in Orlando, too.
No, there's a Rolex.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, that's where I got the Guinness.
Could you... So we're looking at a Patek here?
No. He has two Pateks already. He has already a Nautilus 5980. I mean, he's not going to go. He's not going to. This is the guy, Buckley, that says that he doesn't play 80 games. So, well, let's see. There's not going to be any journeys. We're not going to be having a show about starting journeys and any of that bullshit with Brian.
We might be having exactly that. I'll see.
Look at that. Yeah, he's intentionally misleading us. It's not a Patek. He already has two Pateks. What else could it be? Wait a minute. He has 0 APs. Maybe he got a call for an AP.
I don't know.
Interesting, because they definitely don't have AP in Orlando. They have AP in Miami. They have it in New York. I don't think they have any place in between.
But Brian wouldn't put up with the bullshit that AP gives you when you walk in the door about codes and offshores. The only brand that he might eat shit for is Patek. And maybe a Rolex GMT Master.
Remember, he did say, Brian, were you the one who said that you did like the Tiger Iron GMT?
Yes, I have requested that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't think anybody's seen one.
Nope. No one's seen one yet. Correct.
Yeah.
Guys, comments, questions, more important, yes or no questions from the chat. let's you guys are key to helping us figure this out. Buckley is really, really good at this. He has an intuition for knowing what people want and buy at ADs. So we can lean on Buckley a little bit, but probably not too much. I don't know. For the record, I don't know what this is. I don't know.
Brian's very unpredictable, though. That's the thing.
And as public I am, I keep a lot of stuff private.
You know what? You know what would be really wild? And I don't think anybody would see this coming. Is if he pulled an RM out of that bag.
No, let's not get crazy. I think what he did is behind the scenes, there was maybe one or two independent brands that he liked, and he probably didn't want to share it publicly, but he reached out to a couple of independent brands. Hey, I'm interested in your piece, or I'm interested in your piece. And he got the call for one. I don't know which one, but maybe something along those lines. I mean, I could name a bunch of those, Remy Cools or Simone Bread or whatever, those fucking Rishepi, something crazy like that. Maybe you reached out behind the scenes. Maybe it's Urwerk. I don't know.
He's so
Philippe Dufour and I are both pipe smokers.
He's so unpredictable. That's the issue.
Very unpredictable. Yeah. But he does not have the best poker face. So I think if we just continue to ask yes or no questions, he won't be able to resist kind of giving us the visual clues that we need in order to figure this out pretty expeditiously.
All right, go for it. Here's my poker face.
Guys in the chat, jump in with some questions. Yes or no questions. Here we go. Eddie Mao says, is it Cartier?
No. The only reason Brian would get on a wait list is if the best price for the watch was retail, because he's all about the deals, which means it's far over retail in the secondary. Or if it was incredibly special and he never talked about it with any of us, and it's been a gigantic secret this entire time. Which, I don't know what that would even be.
Let's do this because Brian, I know like from time to time you've supported Breakthrough T1D as your philanthropic cause. What I'll do is I'll drop the link to that in the chat. This completely bypasses me, bypasses the channel, I don't even have any visibility on who donates. So, or if you do, or if you don't. So I won't get notified. I have zero visibility. But if you want to support them, which is diabetes awareness and research, feel free. That's Brian's designated cause. So, and if you super chat here, we'll make sure the proceeds go there as well. So, in the spirit of continuing with the philanthropic cause unboxings, if this is actually something that isn't being unboxed on the Tea and Tickers channel, and Brian actually took the time to kind of come here and do it, then that's something that I do want to show appreciation for by directing you to Breakthrough T1D for diabetes research and awareness.
On top of that, I've had this watch for a few days now.
Did you have to sell or trade any watches in order to, or like, did you have to?
Should I? Probably. Will I? No.
Shit.
In terms of purchase price,
don't go there.
No. He's not gonna I do want to hear what he's going to say, though.
I know, but he's going to give away too much. You don't have to give it away.
I got told not to go there, so the boss says don't go there.
Don't go there. It's early.
See, I've heard Brian say stupid things like trading a bunch of watches for an RM, but I don't know how serious he was. I've also heard him say stupid things like, even if my chances with getting this from this brand are only 1%, it's better than 0%. And I'm happy to sit here and wait because it makes no difference to me anyway. So if it's the second one, that would be fucking wild.
I say a lot of stupid shit.
All right, let's Buckley, examine the clues here. He's wearing a British London Underground t-shirt.
Wait, should I tell you right now that what I'm wearing has nothing to do with the fact that with this watch, it just has
No.
Oh,
It's a Bremont. It's a Bremont.
Mm.
One of those British watch brands.
No, it's a Roger Smith, George Daniels edition.
Let me ask, I don't know, I don't want to pigeonhole you, but talk a little bit about your thoughts on Holy Trinity brands versus independent brands. Was like, are there independent brands that you were considering behind the scenes that you didn't tell us about?
Since meeting George Varghese, I've had a deep appreciation for Debatoon and some of their designs. There are a few independents that are coming down in price that I've been keeping an eye on. I've been thinking about buying back into Chopek for one. Arm & Strom, if they made one in a case size.
Are you pulling my chain? Are you fucking pulling my chain right now?
No,
Arm
this
&
is all
Strom.
true. This is all true. There's a couple things that I've got bookmarked right now that are on sale in different places that I'm waiting to see if I can work a deal for them, and they're all over the board.
He's unpredictable.
Brian is still Brian. He's
something tells me. It would.
It's not. It's from an AD, so it's not RM because those are Buckley. Fucking expensive.
But Brian might be doing some stupid shit. Like he might whip out a rose gold 6701. We don't know. Might also whip out.
Are you now, or will you ever be a member of the Moser Club? Asks America5726.
I was. I will not.
Thank God. Partial victory.
Yeah. Every time I look at Moser, I think if I'm going to spend that kind of money for the watch that I would really want, the Lange Odysseus in white gold keeps coming up to my mind as something that I'd rather have instead of that.
Is it a brand from an American watchmaker? Is it an American brand? Yes or no?
No.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, America asks, is it RGM?
That's an American brand, so no.
No. Billy just joined the chat, so he didn't hear the question before, so we'll pretend that we didn't hear this. Brian, did this come from a dealer or the secondary market? I'm on the edge of my seat.
This came from an authorized dealer.
Ooh, even though that wasn't a yes or no question. Wow.
How many years ago or months ago did you start pursuing it?
Seriously, 4.5 years ago? 4 years ago?
What the hell?
Oh shit.
This is FP Jorn.
Maybe 3.
This is FP Jorn. This is like he did it without going to a single fucking cheese board fucking meetup too.
I wonder if I can even figure out.
Yeah, he's ignoring it. He's ignoring it. It's got a. By the way, some good guesses in the chat. By the way, people are guessing Romain Gauthier, which is an excellent guess. Really good. Goes to Beautish Gambino in the chat. Member for 3 months. I'm driving to the villages to find Brian right now and get the information out of him. It better not be a Glasuta Original Platinum Pano Inverse. I can. There, your days of buying Swatch Group are over, right?
I got the Jack A. Drofer wholesale. That's my one Swatch Group shitter besides the 2 Moon Swatch Snoopies. And
Thank you, Ghost of Yiddish Gambino.
and it is not a 31-day custom-made set of Cartier Santoses.
PG is in the chat. A flamingo blue highlighted comment. Harris was at Watches and Wonders. Theo wasn't. Harris was. Oh,
That's
okay.
interesting. Michael was, Christian wasn't.
Mm.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you, PG. PG, you might be watching us. You might be on time delay. You might be watching the beginning of the video. In which case, if you can't hear what I'm saying right now, but when you get to it, know that we pulled up your comment. I think it's either Romain Gauthier, FP Journe. Man, I think it's one of those two. I think if he started 4.5 years ago. Ryan Hofre says, is it, and you can answer this yes or no, is it, I'll broaden this, is it from the Richemont Group? Yes or no?
No.
No. We've ruled out the entire Richemont Group, so it's not Vacheron, it's not Lange.
I actually found confirmation of me asking April of 2021.
Shit, that's old.
Is this the original version you asked for, or is this a different color combination? Yeah.
That's hard to say.
So, hey, Buckley, could be Meteorite Daytona.
No, it's not.
It could be one of those Daytonas that got discontinued and now all of a sudden came back. It could be something that he requested from Rolex way back then. And he finally got it now.
Buckley, in order to honestly answer your question, I would like to say there is a variation that I would have preferred, but this is just fine.
They don't make that version anymore.
No, I do. They still make that version. Yeah.
They still make that. Oh. Okay. Platinum Daytona. Or
no, it's not a Rolex.
You never know. It could be.
No, he said you can't buy it in Orlando.
Okay.
Orlando has a Rolex authorized. I think Orlando has 2 Rolex authorized dealers.
One. Now, if it was I have a much better sales history with the 2 Rolex ADs in Charlotte than I do the one here, because it's Watches of Switzerland and it's part of the Mayors group, and I've only bought like 1.5 watches from them.
Is the watch Is the watch precious metal?
Counselor, should I answer that question?
I don't see why not. There's tens of thousands of watches out there in precious metal and stainless steel.
Yeah, go. You can. Yeah, you may. The witness may answer.
It is not precious metal.
Oh shit! Remember, titanium is not a precious metal.
Yes, it is not gold, silver, platinum, or what's the other one that? Yeah,
not white gold. Okay.
No, No variations of gold. No variations of platinum. There are no diamonds on the dial. It's not my flashy trashy.
Shit, this is a hold on a second. It's not precious metal, but it could be ceramic. It could be titanium. It could be some kind of bio something. It could be carbon, or it could be steel. It could be a lot of things.
Is the
It could be
watch
tantalum?
is the watch on the strap or metal bracelet?
I do not do leather straps.
You don't do any leather straps?
I just have the one Jack A. Dro. That's the only leather strap watch I have.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I sweat like a freaking pig.
Here's an interesting question from John D. Does the dial contain guilloche? Is it a guilloche dial? If it's too specific, you can refuse to answer.
Does it have a guilloche? I can't even do the Mike the Snake. Sorry. No guilloche.
No guilloche. No guilloche. Wait a minute. Buckley, go back to that clue about George Varghese. Right, since he's been talking to George Varghese, he has an appreciation for.
No, I don't think that's what it is.
No?
But he said when I asked metal versus leather, he said he doesn't wear leather, which might have been a hint that he will wear rubber.
I have a rubber strapped watch. I have two. I have the IWC that's got a rubber strap. I've got the am I allowed to mention a second Tudor model on your channel?
I suppose. I mean, just as long as you don't say you like it. Sure.
Okay. I won't say that I like it, but I have the Black Bay 58 GMT on rubber, and I specifically requested it on rubber.
PG has got it, guys. Game over. Brian, congratulations on the Gerald Charles. Beautiful new independent brand supported by TheoandHarris.com. Andy Lewis, Patek Philippe owner. He also owns AP and Rolex and a bunch of other stuff. Member for 8 months. Question for Brian. Was the watch harder to obtain? Oh, this is a great question. Was the watch harder to obtain 4 years ago from the AD or harder now? That's a fascinating question.
I'm honestly not sure if I have the. I would say it's still the same.
Which, on a level of difficulty from 1 to 10, 10 being walking in and buying a 5711 as your first watch, and 1 being a Tudor, where does this fall?
I think it's about a 9.7 in
What?
my book.
All right. I have a watch lined up. I'm going to ask one final question. Can you not only use this to travel, but time how fast you're going while you're traveling?
No.
Okay, then.
So in other words, it doesn't have a chronograph. Or it doesn't have a tachymeter. 100 people watching, guys. The suspense is palpable, if that's a word. I'm not sure it is or not. I think I made it up. 100 people watching. Brian is unboxing something that he purchased from the authorized dealer, which is extremely rare for Brian. This
Show
is
both,
really
both
tough.
of us, both me and the bag. Not really.
It's equally hard to get now as it was then, which I think rules out Patek, Buckley. But
That's my feeling. I don't know if I can. That's why I said I don't know if I am educated enough to answer that correctly, but that's my feeling.
Patek has to be 10 times harder now than it was 4 years ago. So
I don't know. I asked for it 4 years ago and I didn't get one.
The only thing that's throwing me off about what he's saying is that he asked there's a version that he would have preferred.
Yeah, there's another variation that would have been my preference
of the same model.
But all in all, I'm very happy with this one right now. This is making me very happy.
Ryan James, member for 9 months. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Is it? I don't answer this question. It's not a yes or no question. Is it either Patek or Rolex? Regardless, congratulations in advance. Appreciate the member milestone chat, but it is not a yes or no question. So we will just thank you for your comment and thank you for being a member and kindly ask you to participate from the gallery. But if you do want to upgrade your memberships or become a member, there is the link. Click on it now. Upgrade your memberships, guys. And by the way, if you want to donate to Breakthrough T1D, which is, I don't have any visibility if you donate or not. If you want to mention that you donated something in the chat, feel free, but I don't try. I mean, I can check in with them tomorrow and see what donations came in, but here you go. There's the link to donate to Breakthrough T1D, supporting making it better for people who have diabetes. Oh man, this is tough.
I keep hoping that all the people that work at the what used to be JDRF, I keep hoping that they all end up out of a job someday.
If there's a cure, yes.
Yeah.
Maldives in the chat. I think it's a fair question to ask. Member of the channel. Is it a keeper? Sometimes you get presented with an opportunity that's mind blowing, and it's like, even though it wasn't the perfect configuration or whatever, you take it because fuck, this thing is worth a lot of money. Or is this something going to stay in the collection, or something that might get traded or sold?
No, this is a keeper. Now I do turn into a moody bitch at a random time and just dump stuff and go cranky, but in my mind this is not going anywhere for a long time.
John D says Meteorite Daytona. You don't have to answer. Eddie Mao says, what about M, B, and F? Max Booser and Friends. Interesting.
That would be a wrong guess.
Ooh.
Have you ever bought anything directly from this brand?
No.
I think we're getting closer and closer to Romain Gauthier, to be honest.
I was just
we are. Or FP Journe, because
leather.
They have other shit. Remember, he does rubber. He's trying to analyze these facial expressions.
Sailcloth is fine. As long as it's not leather backed. I hate NATO straps with a passion because they make everything lumpy.
I know. Every time, NATO sucks.
Yeah.
Not the organization.
My idea of camping is when you go to a hotel and they don't have a coffee maker in the room and you have to go downstairs to get coffee. I'm not wearing a lumpy watch either.
This is an interesting guess, but I I don't know if I put this at a 9.5 hardness.
Oh, it's definitely very hard to get as a first piece. Impossible, I would say. This is the Lange Odysseus.
Yeah, but
Impossible to get.
I already said I didn't. It's not from the Richemont group.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's not a Rolex.
And I don't know how hard the gold one is to get from the AD. I haven't tried either. I don't care. The gold ones are on the secondary market for less than retail.
It's not precious. It's not a precious metal watch. Stainless steel or titanium. I think I know. I mean, unless I'm an idiot.
No, let me ask this. When you said that you should trade a watch or two, would it be because you would no longer wear those watches, or would it help ease the financial burden for this watch?
This watch has put the value of my watch collection above the self-enforced percentage of net worth that I like the watch collection to be worth.
Gotcha. So this is an expensive, non-precious metal watch. That's what I'm going to assume.
No, I mean, it could just be that it's worth more than double its retail, putting him at a percentage that he's not comfortable with, which would be a crafty way of,
It's also an honest way of saying that, I don't know. It's going to be hard too, because I've got one empty spot in the nice watch boxes, the two that hold 12. Yeah, there's 12 total.
Is it a Logan Hall guess here? I mean, you may be permitted to answer. Is it an off-catalog Rolex?
Logan, I will like the way you think of me, but I don't think Rolex thinks of me that way, nor any Rolex AD, nor my wallet. But I appreciate the thought.
Thank you. Got some interesting guesses in the chat. Doc Mick in Florida says it's Richard Mille. Vimal says it's a Patek Philippe Aquanaut. Let's see.
I have a very specific question.
Yes,
type. Do you have a second guess, by the way, Buckley? Type it in the private chat. Because I actually, what was your first one? What was your first one?
No. But this question will determine. This watch was shipped to you. Yes.
Possibly. I might have had to go pick it up in person.
Okay, so an armored car did not deliver this watch.
No.
Okay, well then. Now, if you had to go pick it up in person, did you have to hop on a plane or did you have to drive?
For the speed of the fact that I needed to get there, and I wasn't. Yeah, I had to. It would have been a plane flight. Yes.
Okay, so I'm ruling out RM, and I'm ruling out.
Could have been a train ride.
No, I'm ruling out FP Journe also.
Why are people guessing Richard Mille? That's ridiculous. It's insane. That's not a chance in hell. Come on, guys.
I have thought about at times toying with the idea of getting rid of 3 or 4 things and getting one of the RM10s and rose gold or RM05 or one of those, and I'm like, no, I like the other stuff too much.
Yeah, I've heard him say it. That's the only reason why I'm putting it out there. But I'm going to just put my guess in the private chat. On the panel, you're not allowed to guess anymore. Actually,
yeah. No more. Vimal, you have one. We'll give you one question. One yes or no question, Vimal. Unless you just want to comment.
No, I'm just thinking how to frame the question.
You just want to get a front row seat to the action?
Yeah.
Right,
I was going to come in and ask, does it have carbon fiber trims on the watch, but then
Carbon fiber trim. Does it have carbon fiber trim? Very specific question.
No.
No.
Is it
Oh.
still in production or has it been discontinued?
It's still in production.
Vimal, do me a favor, mute yourself because there's some background noise. Unmute to talk. This could, I mean, if you were going down this Richard Mille fucking fantasy, they do have multiple versions of, like, you know, the 6701 and the 7201 and all that shit. You know, they typically have a titanium version, a rose gold version, and a carbon version, or a QTPT or whatever version. So it's not inconceivable that he originally wanted one version, but they offered him fucking carbon synthetic blue striped QTPT or whatever, and he fucking took it. MD Chaz in the chat, member for 2 months of the original OC channel. Thank you for being a member. Is it a Chopek Antarctique Frozen Star?
Beautiful watch. No.
No, it isn't. Not that good.
Is this the most, as far as difficulty and prestige, is this the most difficult allocation you've received?
You did get a white gold Pepsi at retail.
I think I know as many people that got allocated this as the white gold Pepsi.
There's a lot.
I don't know how to answer that, honestly, because I don't know. I'm just thinking about our, our cast off misfit colony circle of people, and I think there's about an equal amount of meteorite Pepsis to these.
Okay, Brian, I have a question. So I know you like the date function. Does this watch have the date function?
Yes.
So it's not the 5167.
It does not have a. It does have a date. Hold on one second. Ghost of Yish Gambino, Flamingo Blue highlighted comment. Does it have a calendar complication? Does it have a calendar complication?
No.
If it's what I think it is, it's far harder to get than a meteorite Pepsi. A meteorite, if on a scale of 1 to 10, with no purchase history, this would be a 9.5, like you said. A meteorite Pepsi would be like a 4 or a 3. If it's what I think it is.
Yeah, I think, well, so when I did the meteorite Pepsi, I had purchase history.
Yeah.
This watch, I had no brand purchase history. So I would say this was much harder than that. Plus, took a year and a half longer than the meteorite Pepsi, maybe a year.
Could this, Buckley, could this be the, because some people are guessing it in the chat, Patek Philippe Nautilus with the steel bracelet? I mean, not the Aquanaut, the simple stainless steel 5167 date and time only on a steel bracelet.
That got discontinued, right?
Yeah, but they still make the rubber strap. But that's where my brain is headed, is a steel 5167.
As a first watch?
It would be, Brian would be downplaying how significantly difficult that is to do.
Yeah.
It's I mean, the only other person to get an Aquanaut as their first Patek, I mean, Diego did it with the travel time. I think Rosé did the steel bracelet.
Yeah.
And PK did it, but it wasn't his first watch. PK has 2 Aquanauts. That would be very, very. I mean, that's very, very difficult to do. That's not something that is possible in New York. There's no way that you can't do that. Unless you are a celebrity of the highest level, that's an impossibility.
All right. Brian, did your current collection help you with the AD to get this piece?
Sure.
So, in other words, just to reframe, the AD's knowledge of your extensive collecting philosophy, the fact they knew that you were an enthusiast with a significant watch collection helped you with your credibility to obtain this watch. Makes sense. Eddie Mao says, does it look like a Michelin tire? Ignore that question. My watch channel, not sure why you're watching our channel, should be watching the hate streams. Is it shaped like a cube? No. That watch wasn't out 4.5 years ago. Silly question. JC, nice try. It's not the, can't be the cube, it's that didn't even exist. Billy, OC, are you batting people or am I hearing things? He said he never had this brand before. No, he didn't say that. I think he said that he never purchased this brand from the AD before. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
No AD direct brand history.
No AD direct brand history.
Which narrows it down to a lot of brands because gray market loves me.
No, it's not a steel 222. People keep saying a 222. He said he started 4.5 years ago. 222 wasn't even a thing yet.
I also said no Richemont group.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I don't think it's 9.5 on the difficulty scale.
No.
And no Swatch group shitters.
Getting any sports Patek as your first Patek with no purchase history it's the hardest thing you can do in watches right now amongst all the brands. It doesn't really get harder than that. So at scale, right? We're not talking about a ceramic AP or something. We're talking about no purchase history, all the watches that are mass produced that are out there. A Nautilus is the hardest watch to get as your first watch. That's
impossible.
A 10. It's the hardest watch. So an Aquanaut would be a 9.5.
Dual Times in the chat. Here's an interesting take. He asked for the gold Aquanaut, or maybe he asked for a travel time or something like that, but he got the steel one. You don't have to answer, but that's an interesting theory. Cloud Ken says you got the steel 222, which makes no sense because it's, first of all, Vacheron is Richemont, and number two, the modern 222 wasn't even out 4 years ago. That came out like 3 years ago in gold.
I went to Zoltan and put in a quarter and got a card out, and it said, ask for the 222 in 2019.
Guys, I'm expecting much, much better guesses based on the answers that have been given so far. Here's a little summary from John D. No Richemont, no Swatch Group, 4-year wait, 9.5. I think he said 9.7. 9.7 hard to get on the scale now, and 4 years ago, no leather, no AD history with this brand. Got plenty of clues, guys. Plenty of clues. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. I don't think it's Patek though. I think it's still. It's not Richard Mille, and it's not. Could be Romain Gauthier. Yeah. DG, good guess here. Her work.
That's not a 9.5.
Romain Gauthier is still really, really well. Is
No.
it 9.5?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Good point, Buckley.
Brian, are there other models in this brand that you're interested in?
Yeah.
And are they even more difficult than this current piece?
Some are, some aren't. There's some that I'm interested in that I could probably get in a couple of months, but
What's going on here, Buckley?
I missed the Zamal question. I didn't hear what he said.
He said the question was, is this are there models from this brand that you like, and would they be even harder to get than the watch that you got? And the answer was yes, there are models that I like. Some would be harder, some wouldn't be.
Yeah, Nautilus would be harder, and a fucking Salmon Calatrava wouldn't. I mean, unless he took us down a deep rabbit hole and we're way off, this has to be a Patek Philippe.
Let me ask you this. It might be. Has any of the talk that we've been doing collectively as a community over the last 5 months about the concentration of and importance of the big four, has that maybe not had any influence over you, but has it reaffirmed your commitment to an appreciation for being offered this piece?
I was where you guys were about a year and 2 months ago, where I told the ADs that I'm not buying any fluff pieces. And that's when I started the path towards the 5980.
So in other words, where we are now, you were a year and 2 months ahead of us in terms of the frustration with the AD games and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where did you get the 5980?
I got it through Grand Caliber.
You don't have any purchase history with this brand, but do you have purchase history with the authorized dealer that carries this brand?
Yes.
Yeah, Patek Philippe, baby. What a fucking night. Let's see it.
Well, question from No Biggie Sal, 9-month member of the OC channel. Thank you for being a member for 9 months. Does it violate my global moratorium?
I do not believe so, and I do not care what moratoriums OC puts out there.
Now, I have a very...
I like Tudor. Sorry.
So, if what we think it is, we really should unbox it, because how he got it is incredibly 21 that they will not sell you a sports watch as your first watch company wide. So I don't know how he overcame that. So I would really like to hear the story behind this, because this is unheard of.
Let's see the box.
Let me move the camera. There we
go.
go.
Did you get any swag or accoutrement with this purchase that you want to share?
I did.
Awesome.
Should we see the best part of the swag first?
Yes.
The swag is in a branded box. Let me zoom that in a little. I can't zoom in any further. Sorry, guys. The minute I remove it here,
it's a
Yeah, it's a Patek.
That's a
travel case.
Travel
Patek
case.
Travel case. Yeah.
we know that fucking thing well.
We have one. By the way, Vimal, do you have a Patek Philippe?
No, I don't. I'm trying to.
Sorry to hear that. Goodbye.
What a dick. What a dick. Bring him back. Bring him back. Sorry.
If you do have a sorry, but
no. I mean, I'm the Section 8 of the panel.
Listen,
now that we know I don't need this Mickey Mouse bag up here, do I?
Get rid of the Mickey Mouse bag for fuck's sake.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my
The
gosh.
best box. That's the best box.
Guys, this is we called it as a community way back at the beginning of the year. Rolex and Patek have been pulling away from not only every other brand, but they're actually pulling away from AP and Richard Mille as well. Those brands are floundering, absolutely floundering. The most iconic, the most collectible, the most historic brand in the world when it comes to watches is Patek Philippe. That's it. Now, that doesn't mean that Rolex isn't great too. Rolex is the best fucking brand in the world for what they do. But these are the two brands. And you should, whether you get on the journey, get off the journey, do whatever the fuck you want to do, these are the two brands with the best watches out there. Got the travel case. You want to open up the travel case in the little box there?
Yeah, I just got to answer a text real quick.
Sure. Be careful because we can see your text messages.
Why are you unboxing a Patek Philippe and wearing a Tudor while you do it?
Yeah,
Instead
please.
of the other Patek
For fuck's sake, you know, I gotta agree with Buckley there. For the sake, listen, people are going to be watching this video. Take that Tudor off. Might have to edit that whole section out with the Tudor visible.
I will. I will say that I've had a day different than what I planned. So I did not intend to have a Tudor on or a dirty white T-shirt.
Andy Lewis in the chat, $5 super chat, has the collection to which this watch belongs. Been purchased as a first watch from this brand in our community. It's a very, very complicated question.
I think the answer is no. It is not the first watch from a collection to be opened on the community channel. No. This collection has been opened before on the community channel, I believe.
Mm-hmm. But what he's saying is, has this watch, this collection been unboxed as somebody's first watch ever before? You don't have to answer. Don't worry about it.
I don't understand it.
We'll get, yeah. We'll
Stop
get to,
speaking Cajun and writing American. God damn it!
Thank you, Andy. Yeah, here is the brown leather single watch roll from Patek Philippe. Vimal, please mute if you're not talking. Thank you.
I'll turn let me turn some light on. Oh, coming down onto it.
Yeah, let's get some light.
There it is.
Patek Philippe brown. That will never get used, really, but it's cool to have.
Yeah, it was nice of them to include it because, actually, you know, with the way I travel with my watches, it might actually. This is small enough where it might get used occasionally on one of the. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Can't
so
close it up.
you fell in love with this particular watch over 4 years ago and requested it. What was it like back then? Like, what was it competing with in your mind for watches that were desirable and of interest to you back then?
It was competing with what was happening at that point was I was already accelerating out of Rolex. So I had the two-tone GMT Master 2s. I had the Datejust. The next step was full gold, or it was full gold Rolex or into Patek. And I wanted to get into Patek because it's Patek Philippe. I mean,
Yep.
A lot of people are guessing Nautilus 5726 in the chat. That's an annual calendar. If I recall, not to burst your bubble, guys, but there was a specific question earlier. does it have a calendar function? And the answer was
No.
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 We also asked him. He said that there was a version he preferred more. There's no other version of the 5726 on a bracelet that isn't
Correct.
precious metal. So,
But there are. Hold on a second. Hold up on that car wash, gentlemen.
I do need to turn this around this way for a minute because I think the papers are underneath.
There's no way this is a Nautilus, Buckley. There's just no way. I mean,
by our questions, we've ruled out it's a Nautilus unless he answered them wrong.
But let's take a look here at the Patek Philippe website, and we can see that we've got a 5811. That's white gold, so that's out. This is a steel watch. 5712R, that's out. Here we go. 5726. That's on steel, but that's a calendar.
So, OC, I thought the
yeah.
5980 on that strap was what he had, but it's precious metal. It's white gold.
That's white gold, correct. There's no stainless steel left in the Nautilus. Okay, only the 5990, which that's a perpetual calendar, right? So that's a calendar complication. He said no.
5990 is the travel time chronograph.
Travel time chrono. Okay. And I think you were asked, does this have a method by which you could record the speed of an object? And you said no.
No.
Meaning it doesn't have a tachymeter scale. And thus this one does not. It does have a chronograph.
Yeah, that was my other guess. I was like, if this guy pulled a 5990 steel out as his first watch, I'd kill myself.
He didn't say John D. He didn't say it didn't have a chronograph. He said it was a very specific question about does it have a method by which you could time the speed of an object? And this does not have a tachymeter scale for doing that. So it's guys, it's not a Nautilus. Don't be silly. I mean, those are just absolutely impossible. We've talked about it for a long time. No, not even go there. But let's look at the Aquanauts. It's probably even that though is.
But OC, he does like the GMT function, so 5990.
Let's see, we've got an Aquanaut here. Let's see what we got in the men's collection. Stainless steel, we have the 5167A, which has a date, okay? And let's see what else they have in stainless steel. 5968A, which, come on, with the orange hand, that would be impossible, absolutely impossible. And that's it. That's it for the men's pieces. They only have 2 stainless steel Aquanauts available.
Brian, show us your 5167A.
It's impossible. Absolutely impossible.
Should I do the box turnaround or do you want it box forward?
This is so epic that you could do whatever the hell you want. So I think, is there any way to give it more light? Is there any more light available in the room?
Yeah, I'll bring it up towards the light.
There we go.
And you might see look, ceiling fan.
Yep.
Are you ready, Buckley?
Yeah, just don't drop it. It's how the hell is this even happening right now?
Oh,
yeah. It's the Aquanaut on the steel bracelet.
Right. So you kind of lied because I asked if it was discontinued, and you said no.
No, it's not. It's not discontinued. The bracelet is, but they also sent me
the strap, which you'll be putting on immediately.
Nice. The rubber.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Brian. An Aquanaut, stainless steel Aquanaut 5167 as your first piece from an authorized Patek dealer. And you got the rubber and the steel, which is pretty amazing. Great flexibility there. Jeez. Okay, so tell us,
just to further prove, and I've covered up the important information, but 22 May 2025.
Yep. Signed by Patek Philippe CEO Terry Stern, right there. Okay, so tell us.
Security number 127445.
Okay, so this authorized dealer, how far back do you go with them, if you want to share?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. That's not enough.
Well, we need to figure out.
Brian just did a thing that some places around the world they make you buy 5 dress watches first. How the fuck did you do it? Because waiting doesn't mean anything.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. It's like, so he's had a relationship with this dealer. So let's talk about the very beginning. How did it start with this dealer?
My relationship with the dealer is multi-brand, multi-store, and I did all the right things with them, including supported Norcane when it launched, supported their pre-owned, supported their jewelry business, and finally came to head with them and said, you know, this is what these are the only things I want left that you have. And they agreed that I'd been a valuable enough client that this is what they would offer me.
Okay. And when did you not necessarily draw a line in the sand, but when did you make it clear to them that from a Patek perspective that you were expecting this as your piece?
So my real preference was the travel time. In the Aquanaut was the travel time or the 5990, the Nautilus. Those were my 2 preferential pieces, and they finally came back to me 2 weeks ago and said they just can't do that. But
But that was spurred by what? You're reaching out to them, or you're having continual conversations with them, or like out of the blue after like months and months of like no contact, they reached out to you and said, "Hey, by the way, we know you want X, but that's impossible."
It was there were some discussions over last summer and late and early spring of last year, which is really like the 14 months ago. And I basically told the ADs, look, you either give me the shit that I really want. I'm not buying any other crap from you. Yeah, fuck it. Too many good watches out on the pre-owned market to be chasing after any garbage.
Gotcha. And had you purchased anything from them in the meantime?
Nope.
What was the last watch that you bought from them before this one?
The IWC AMG chronograph. So that goes back 19 months ago.
19 months ago. So almost 2 years ago.
How many watches have you bought from them?
From this AD, 1, 2, 3, brand new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new watches, and probably 6 or 8 pre-owned.
Oh wow! Okay,
and that doesn't count the Seikos and the anything below, below a couple $1,000s.
Okay, and jewelry.
I'm not sure what that number is, but in my discussions with myself, I think I put a number of about $20-some odd thousand in jewelry over 7 years.
So you spent a couple $100,000 with this AD.
I think it was in the range of $100,000. Because none of the watches were ever really big money, because they wouldn't deliver the bigger money to me. I kept telling them I'm trying to move up the ladder with you.
$100,000 total. No Okay, 100 grand total. No Patek purchases. And
Now, the only thing that I slightly misled people on was I did order 2 Patek straps through them. So that indicated to Patek Philippe that I had some sort of interest in Patek already and was buying straps for existing watches. The other thing is that this is the AD that sold me the left-hand drive. It was the second, the choice of the second. I got to choose the first one or the second one, and I chose the second one because I wanted the Jubilee. But if we remember, that came out at Watches and Wonders, and I was unboxing it like the first week of June.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, I had a question on the strap things. So are you saying this? Firstly, why does it matter though? Like, do you think Patek Geneva has a decision to make when they allocate this piece? Because I thought it was at the AD level, right?
I think it's at the AD level, but it made it easier for them to say, I think. I don't know. I'm just postulating that it made them easier it made it easier for them to say, look, he's owned other Pateks.
Yep. He has a Nautilus.
And he lives in Florida where it's hot and sweaty. Yeah.
Yep. You've had multiple Patek Philippe's over the years.
One.
At least 2. You have the current stainless steel one, and then you had the previous, I think it was rose gold, right?
I've got the 5960 and the 5980 now, and now the 5167. I had the 5205, and I had the other 5960. So there was 2 others. Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha. Those 2 you did not buy from this pre-owned from this dealer, though. You bought them pre-owned from other places.
Yeah.
But they knew you had them. They knew that over the years that you had different Patek Philippe's in your collection.
Yeah. Yeah. The 5205, I bought a couple of straps from them for it. And I still have the straps. I have straps for that don't fit any watches I own.
And they also knew that you had a Nautilus too?
Yeah. Yeah. Because some of the people that work at the AD follow my social media. I'm really transparent with the ADs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is incredible. This is amazing. It's like a little bit dumbfounded, but in a good way, right?
Yeah, congrats, awesome. Right?
I mean, it's
the purchase histories that we hear about are so much deeper than that. So it is pretty crazy.
Yeah, but he's been collecting for a decade, if not longer.
And they also think that this may be one of the last ones with the factory bracelet, because they were surprised when it came in on the bracelet.
So 2 weeks ago, tell us about the phone call or the text message, because that I think is going to be really exciting to me. What happened?
One of the senior people in the AD that I deal with just sent me a text message saying, you're going to get a message from your SA, and I think you're going to be happy.
Oh, wow.
And I knew at that point much what it was. I didn't know what model. And then unfortunately, I was at work, and I can't check my phone while I'm at work. So I had I get back on a break, and I'm checking my text messages and going, oh, really? Okay. Shit.
Shit, by the way, I'm going to be away from my phone for the next 4 hours. Please don't. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I didn't want him to think, no, we got to pass. He didn't reply, pass. Yeah. But no, they held it for me for a while until I was able to. They knew it was coming in. They were going to hold it for me, and then we had to figure out how to make the deal work.
Got it.
And I was not really sold on the bracelet until it got here, and I was looking at the bracelet and going, "That's kind of interesting on the bracelet."
Yeah, and I have to say that on you, I think it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, it looks good. Brian. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you the truth. Put it on the strap. Get it off that fucking bracelet immediately. Yeah, no. Put it on the strap.
But it's not a quick change system though for that bracelet.
No, it's a flow
right?
change.
Yeah, and the strap, I'm assuming, is uncut, right?
I don't know enough to tell, but I'm assuming it is because
Yeah, so it's brand new from the bag, so they have to. You're gonna have to go in there and they're gonna size it for you.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna order a couple others. I want to order one for the winter time, so it'll be so I can cut it a little shorter, and may do some different colors because they've got a whole new strap system option. Well, look, there's a blue sticker.
Yep.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's what I said. It's kind of a paradigm breaking watch in that I have no Patek AD history, and this is my first Patek Philippe.
Very, very cool. It's a great story, and I actually don't know if it would be a paradigm-breaking watch for you as much as it is a paradigm-breaking journey, in the sense that getting it the way you did is very, very hard to do. Yeah.
And the other thing that made it really easy was that it's like I think it was 28,000 out the door.
Yeah.
And that made it a lot easier to swallow than a $60,000 or $70,000 watch right now after we overspent on remodeling the house, because I was like, shit. So my wife got her fancy kitchen that she wanted. Here's my revenge.
And it's a relatively affordable revenge.
Yeah.
Dear Artifact in the chat, huge congratulations, Brian. There could be something there with buying the straps, almost like a convincer that you're already collecting Patek. Well, they knew. This is technically his fifth Patek over the years. 4 were purchased pre-owned, but they knew he had a Nautilus too, which is not insignificant. They knew that was $100,000 watch to buy. So I mean, they knew that when he requested something, he was serious. Yeah,
and I share my watch collection. I don't post on Instagram nearly as much as I should because I don't care. But my watch collection is fairly open, and my watch journey is kind of open and public too. So, and like what Boris said, is this Mr. Pipe's first Patek? Directly from the AD it is, but at the same time I can also order a shorter rubber strap, and it can be Mrs. Pipe's first Patek to wear too.
It could. Yeah, that's a good point.
So
Brian, since you got this watch, have you had a conversation with your SA about your next purchase?
No, I have not. I've been very respectful, and my response was, thanks for everything, was hoping for one of the books, but oh well, maybe with the next Patek. Let me know when you're ready. Give me some time.
MD Chas in the chat says Patek flooding the U.S. market. Well, I mean, we did cover this on the program the other day. We are tracking Swiss watch industry exports, and lo and behold, as you can see here, shipments to the United States in the month of April were up a whopping 149%. Units were up 77%. Dollar value was up nearly 150%. What that means is basically they shipped 2.5 times the number of watches to the United States in April this year than they did the previous year. Obviously, as in anticipation of the impact of tariffs. So as you can see here, Japan 175 million, UK 144 million, the United States $850 million worth of watches shipped from the Swiss watch industry into the United States in April. So a massive, basically a 2.5 month, 3 month supply of watches was shipped to the United States in April.
Yeah. I'd be willing to bet mine was one of them.
There you go.
So here's a little Patek 3-piece collection, with the smallest one being 40.5 millimeters. Where is it?
Wow. The Aquanaut and the Nautilus look similar in size.
They are. They're 40.
Yeah.
There.
Wow. The cases look pretty similar too. There you go. This is Brian the Pipe's 3-piece Patek Philippe collection. Two-tone stainless steel and rose gold on the left with a blue dial, 5980, and then you have the two on the right, both in stainless steel. Amazing 3-piece collection.
Yeah, honestly, Brian, I don't know what you can add next to this. I think you've got a well-rounded Patek collection.
So I think at retail, the only watch that I would want next is maybe one of the travel times, one of the Nautilus or Aquanaut travel times. If they come out with a Cubitus travel time, I'd be interested in seeing it, but I don't have any experience with them, so I can't say yes or no. But
very cool.
Yeah, there's
there
the
she
new
is.
toy. The
Patek Philippe. Yeah.
I mean, the bracelet is a more modern 1980s design than I thought it would look in person. It's like the late 80s. I don't know. But yes, Buckley, I'll be putting it on the strap as soon as I can.
Very good.
Buckley, is this all making sense now? Is it reasonable? It's implausible, but I can see how it happens.
I don't know the South. We've heard Diego's story also. My market, it's not plausible, but it's good to see that people skirt around it sometimes.
Wait, who walked into Tiffany and got one without much of a purchase history?
It's not a sports watch though. It's not a sports watch.
It's a Tiffany stamp Patek.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Great watch. Great. It's very, very desirable. Extremely difficult to get. Brian stuck to his guns, but I have to say, I have to chuckle and I do smile seeing Brian buy from the AD at retail, even though this is like one of those no-brainer retail purchases. But he played the game a little bit. He used it to his advantage. What he did. Yeah.
But in respect to what they did for me, I will not be flipping this. This will be with me for a long while, because I'm not that person.
Yeah, that's very good of you.
Yeah, the 17, 18,000 that I could make off of selling it right now to some gray market guy who's going to put it up for 55. They'll pay 45, put it up for 55, sell it for 52.
You haven't seen the prices of these recently, have you?
I thought they were like 55 to 58, depending on condition.
I think a new one unworn right now, 2025 is like 70.
70.
Yeah, too late. I wore it.
These unworn right now with a fresh date, believe it or not, are being listed for 70,000.
All right. So what are they paying? 55, and then they'll sell them for 65.
I think the prices of Nautilus and Aquanaut over the past 5 weeks has gone up by probably 10%, maybe even 15%. In unworn fresh card condition, because of this whole tariff situation, the whole not knowing how many they're going to get.
So it's a temporary.
Does that change your mind knowing that you could possibly fetch 65,000 for this watch tomorrow like that?
No, because all right, so I net 38.
I mean, you thought you were going to make 18,000. All of a sudden, you're going to make 38,000.
That's still not going to change my life.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Just giving you the right information, though. Yeah. These are very hot right now.
And 3 to 5 years from now, when they discontinue the whole Nautilus line or the Aquanaut line or whatever, they do a whole revamp and whatever, it'll go up again, and then I'll have to have a conversation with myself.
Yeah. Also, don't you think they're slowly removing stainless steel from Nautilus and the Aquanaut collection?
Well, yeah. There's only two stainless steel models available in the Aquanaut line. Boris, PhD, $1.99 Flamingo Blue highlighted comment. Congratulations, Mr. Pipe. Wear it in good health. Thank you very much, Boris. And Ryan Hofre's in the chat. Another Flamingo Blue comment. Mazel tov. Great watch for a non-douchebag. A good dude.
No, I'm a douchebag. I'm a douchebag, but I have a bit of morals, which would make me a terrible lawyer. So there it is.
Refresh our recollection. The size of your wrist is?
I'm just under 7 inches inside, but the minute I go outside in the humidity, I puff up to about 7 and just about 7 and 0.1. So there's 2 links out of it. If you own a Rolex Oyster bracelet, I take 2 links out, and then during the summertime, I wear it with the easy link out.
All right. Brian, I don't know how you did
Buckley.
it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have to hop off. Very well.
How's the baby factory doing?
3 months to go.
Hold on, kid. Hold on.
Yeah. So I got to spend all my money on watches before I can't. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Buckley. Thank you very much.
Oh, see, so what is that? So do you have anything I requested at Paddock, or are you waiting it out?
Not really, no. There's nothing for me right now. It's tough. I mean, I discuss this with a lot of people. For me, it's really 5164 R, which is the travel time in the rose gold, would be the lowest thing that I would accept from Patek Philippe. And in the Nautilus line, they've got really nothing for me that checks all the boxes. 5740 perpetual calendar in white gold, super expensive. Not the worst watch in the world, but super expensive. 5811 is white gold, beautiful blue dial, but it's time only, no complication. And then people are going to be walking up to you going, nice 5711. Then you have to go, oh no, it's a 5811. It's like Doesn't mean I turn it down, but yeah. And then the 5712 is the one with the moon phase, which I don't like that weird configuration with the dials. So it's like they got nothing really there in the line. You know, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I'm pretty much if they called me and said we got a 5990 for you, I don't know how much kidneys or testicles are going for now, but I'd sell one.
Yeah, 5990 is they have that in stainless steel.
Yeah.
I'll show it right here. But this is the one. It has the vertical oriented subdials.
I think I think in all honesty, my next Patek will be gray market, and I'd really have to do something to my watch collection to get it, but it would be the 5326.
That's the inline calendar?
No, that's the travel time annual calendar asphalt dial.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a great watch.
But something would really have to break loose for me to put another, maybe if I wait long enough and those get down into the 50s, something would have to break loose.
Yep. This one's a great looking back with the micro rotor and the all the back plates. They kind of like have that nice curve to it. Good looking watch on the inside, on the front and the back.
Yeah. And there's some interesting textile straps that are available for it on the secondary market. But I like the way that strap combination looks. I like everything about that watch. I just don't like the price.
Very, very cool. What I'm gonna do one more time is I'm gonna drop the link here to Breakthrough T1D. Your donations go to support diabetes research and awareness. Has nothing to do with this channel. I don't see it. I don't get a cut of it. It doesn't go through me. There's no, just you're dealing directly with them. I have no visibility into your donations. If you want to support Brian's celebration and his unboxing and congratulate him, do so by clicking on that link in the chat. And that's it. What an amazing unboxing. Brian, thank you very much. What I'm going to do now is redirect you to the Watch Hangout. If you want more watch talk, click on this link in the chat. Be sure to tell them that OC and Brian and Vimal and Buckley sent you. Click on the link in the chat. Head on over to the Watch Hangout. If there are 80 people here, I want to see 80 people jump on over to the Watch Hangout. So here's some more links in the chat. Click on this link. We'll do a quick VIP after show here, and I'll drop the link to the VIP after show. You can jump on the panel, hang out with us for a few minutes. Brian will answer your questions confidentially. And I will not play Reach for the Crown as an outro in honor of Patek Philippe, but we'll, peace out. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Brian. Congratulations. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody. Good night.